There we are. Good evening. Good evening, Goons and Gaggle. I'm so happy to see you all back. Oh boy. Welcome to episode 2 of Madness and Mercy. I had to pause before I said the name of the title because I frequently say Mercy and Madness. But I just have to keep telling myself it's in alphabetical order. Clearly, this is just the effects of all of the reading on the Cthulhu mythos I've done. It's getting to my sense of sanity. Welcome. Yes, this is episode 2. If you haven't seen episode 1, don't leave. Don't. It's more important to us. I think I speak for. I'm pretty sure I speak for all the goons. Oh yeah. I'll address that in a moment. I have something funny to say about that. I'll address that in a moment. But I think I speak for all of the goons when I say that it is so much more important to us to have you all here. And we'll give you a quick recap anyway. So don't worry too much about not knowing what happened in episode 1. We're going to fill you in. And then if you want, later on, it's up on our YouTube. It's up on our Patreon RSS feed if you want to go back and fill in the blanks. By all means, be my guest. But for right now, you're here. Grab yourself a drink. Grab yourself some water. Sit down, relax, and enjoy the madness. So yeah, like we're doing a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it. We are. I'm thrilled to announce that we are Twitch affiliates now. So that means that you are welcome to give us money if you'd like to. I guess I'm not really sure how it works. We're learning. But yeah, that we know that that's an option. And when we take a break, we might try to run an ad or two and see if we can see if Amazon and or Twitch and or Jeff Bezos will help us keep the lights on.
Yeah, we're
trying to get that Doge. It seems. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Well, yes.
We're getting them
Clearly, our beautiful Gaggle knows way more about Twitch affiliateship than we do, because they are getting us close to a hype train. God, I love you guys. This is so amazing. You guys are oh my God, you guys are the best. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna.
Oh, Pendergast,
no.
you must.
You guys are amazing. I'm gonna have to shut the chat down, otherwise, or not shut it down, but like not be able to see it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be distracted by how amazing you all are. This is really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be overcome.
Quick, hey.
I know, right?
Already, will you? Thank you for
I know.
stealing
I'm gonna be
our
so
nerves
overwhelmed. I'm
and
just gonna
minds
start
against the
crying.
horror that surely await us.
Amazing. All right, cool. Well, thank you all for that. This is really awesome. I'm so grateful. This was hype train. Oh my God. See, this is what I mean. I'm already distracted.
Train incoming.
I really cannot
Thank you,
say
Tara.
enough about how amazing the Gaggle is. We have just the most amazing little community that has come together in such a short amount of time, and I'm really thrilled that you're all here with us. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it. You guys keep being awesome. So let's talk about.
Oh wait.
Oh no,
Sorry
by all
to
means. I've been
interrupt,
talking
Jay.
so much.
I'm sorry. What's that lovely handsome name you're repping right now?
I'm repping.
On your shirt,
What is this name on my shirt, you ask? Well, Dan, I'm so glad you asked. This is the Critical Fayle DM and the Gaggle of Goons shirt. This is all of the characters from the STRAHDCAST. And wouldn't you know it, this shirt is available on our Etsy. Isn't that cool? We do have links in the description in our profile. We have our link tree, which has links to all of our things, including our Etsy shop, where you can get your own shirt if you're into it. We still have some, and they're great, if I may say so myself, in my very biased opinion. Okay, let's go around and do some quick little reintroductions of the lovely players. I think I'm gonna. Well, let's see. Are you all in the same position? Did I put you in the same places as last time? I did. Okay, so let's go to my. Hold on, I have to make sure I'm pointing the right direction. I'm not. Let's start on my. I guess that's my left. Let's start on my left with. I'm pointing to my right, but it's the left on the Twitch channel. So let's start with you, Campbell. Campbell, who are you? Who are you playing? You can be as specific or as vague as you'd like, but maybe tell us some things we learned about your character last time, and maybe one or two important things that happened to your investigator. Go right ahead.
Yes, I'm Campbell, she, her. I'm playing Sweetie McLintock, housewife turned budding Avon lady. And we learned last time that something is going on with the menfolk in town. And that my husband is, he seems to be reserved to his reclining chair these days. He might be hitting the bottle. My friend, what was my friend's name that I hooked up with it? Lucille. Yes, I met my buddy Lucille at the hairdresser's, and she is the one who's led me to the moment we're about to step into, where we have all
some strange things were
convened.
happening, and in particular, Lucille showed you what's going on with her husband Raymond, especially. Yeah, Raymond, who has
Yes.
Go ahead.
He has quit his job and taken up the composing of strangely brilliant and complicated music.
Can't seem to put it down. He
On many
he found the music within him. All right, excellent. Okay, let's go now to my right. The amount of brain power it takes to point in the correct direction. Trevor, who are you? Who are you playing? What did we learn about your investigator last time? Be as specific or as vague as you like. And what are some important things they might have experienced?
Oh, well, sure. I don't get the chance to talk about myself all that much, but I'll take a whack at it. My name is Dickie Harrow. Originally, I was from Boston, Massachusetts, if that wasn't obvious. And nowadays I spend most of my time working in the theater. I'm a projectionist at the fine local theater here in Mayfield, Ohio. I guess you could say that my most outstanding feature is the fact that half of my face is missing and covered in a prosthetic.
Hate when that happens.
Just due to being making the world safe for democracy over there, But I was invited, by a young woman who was coming around the theater looking for a son. He's gone missing, and I felt honor bound to
yes,
help
Esther
her
Franz,
in
who
that quest.
informed you that she was looking for her son, Charles Franz, or Charlie, little Charlie, who has been missing for a couple of days. He loved going to the movie theater, so she thought maybe Old Man Pearson, who runs the joint, perhaps might have seen him. So she was looking for him, couldn't find him. He wasn't in his office, and stumbled upon the projection booth, where Dickie Harrow was going about his everyday duties at the movie theater. All right. Let's go now to Dan. Dan, who are you? Who are you playing? What are some things we learned about your investigator, and what are some things that happened to him?
Yeah, I play Hugsley Lacquer. He's a college professor of depth psychology, so he's very tuned and interested in the mind and its goings-ons. What we learned about Hugsley Lacquer is he was on his way home and someone beat him to it. I went to put my key in the door, and there was someone doing stuff inside my house.
Sure was.
And I ran around the back, found that the window was broken, but all the glass was on the outside of the apartment, so something had broken out. And then I ran into Ned's dude. What's your dude's name again?
Buddy.
We just met. Buddy. I ran into Buddy and Arthur, and Arthur's wife was having a little soiree. And we followed them over there. Or I followed over with a bottle of Chianti, some culture, after I put some wigs and maps and belongings into a closet. And there's a floorboard in my apartment.
Excellent.
That was,
yes, the exposed floorboard with just an imperceptible amount of dust under there. Really just mind-blowing, mind-boggling stuff. All right, let's go now to Tyler. Tyler, who are you? Who are you playing? What are some things we learned about your investigator, and what are some things that happened to your investigator?
Yeah, so Benny Kaplan, he was driving back from taking care of some business, and got in a car accident. Not quite sure what happened, but dusted myself off, headed over to the house off in the distance to try to get it squared away. What you notice when you look at him is his nose doesn't sit quite right, a little crooked. You can tell it's got some scar tissue heavy around his eyes. He's a pretty imposing looking guy, but not the brightest bulb in the box. Not the best looking bulb either.
He's what we like to call muscle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Your
happens.
family being in the back seat.
Driving back from taking care of some business, your mind wanders to a happier place.
He's a family man at heart.
Already has
and
it.
he had done some stuff. I believe last time I said that he had done some stuff that he really didn't want to have to do for work, and was just anxious to get back to his family. So anxious, in fact, that it almost looked like they were in the car. Maybe that's what distracting you when something bolted across the road, causing you to lose control of your vehicle and send it into a tree. Oh, I certainly do not. I am merely the messenger. I just I'm
that makes me feel real
I'm just the person with a large tome of arcane lore, and it is my duty to bring it to you. All right, let's see. Last we have Ned. Ned, who are you? Who are you playing? What are some things we learned about your investigator, and what are some things that happened to your investigator?
Well, Buddy Wilson. He's a Pinkerton agent. He's undercover. So, kind of letting the water settle from, everything that's happened, and kind of just waiting for the right moment to pounce, so to speak.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So I did do a fair bit of research into Pinkerton when you told me that that's what you wanted to do, and that was early on. I mean, they are still around. Pinkerton is still an agent, but early on, an agency. But early on, their whole, not their whole thing, but a large part of their business was selling their services to large companies who were worried that their pawns, their working stiffs, were going to unionize. I should pull it up for our next stream, but I actually was able to find a quote from their sales pitch, and it basically says and our man knows what to do. He'll integrate himself into the highest levels of the movement, and he'll be at the front of the pickets, and it's it's very insidious what they used to do for unions.
They are dirty people.
And I believe we learned that the sort of de facto leader of the unionizing effort at the lumber mill had not shown up to work for the last couple of days. Yeah, and
one of the missing people.
Your friend Arthur Bircher was a little concerned as a fellow union rights pioneer in that facility that something might have been done to this person due to his efforts.
Yeah, but I told him we got to keep it hush hush, because the last thing we want to happen is get busted, and then all this work that we're doing is going to be for nothing.
You don't want one of these secret agents from Ann Arbor coming in and finding everything out, do we? Excellent. All right. Well, I didn't forget anybody, did I? No, I didn't. Okay. I have a quick question for all of you, as investigators and as humans living in the 21st century. If you were to put on your rose-colored nostalgia glasses for a moment, is there an era in time that you would really like to live in, you think? Just historically. The reason I ask is this came to mind not too long ago. I was seeing the new Little Women movie, the one with Emma Watson and Saoirse Ronan. It was very good. And at one point early on, I was seeing it with my wife, and she turned to me and said, "Oh God, we were born too late. and then later on in the movie, someone dies of like dysentery. Spoilers, sorry. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I really wouldn't. Yeah, you know what I really wouldn't miss if I went back in time? Anesthesia.
Dysentery.
And like medicine in general. But that's why I put in the caveat of rose-colored nostalgia glasses, because let's overlook that part. I think if I were to answer the question, I might say ancient Greece. I think that'd be really interesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I'm
Yes.
right there with you, Ken. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say the Cretaceous
No limits.
period.
That's a good one.
This is not that long ago, but I so wish that I could have been 12 years old in 1984. Like when Stand By Me and Lost Boys and the Goonies and when the Coreys were Corey Feldman and Corey Haim I really wanted to be like on a fun
80s
boy
were a
adventure in
great time.
1984.
And you lived your life that way ever since.
I really, yes.
See, it's very similar, Campbell, but I would want to be 18 in 1981 so that I could be the lead singer of Van Halen.
All right.
Okay.
Now that's a butterfly
Absolutely.
effect I want to see happen.
Absolutely.
I think since I spend so much time with technology nowadays, I think I would want to like go back in time and live like a really simple life, like be in like feudal Japan or something, working
That
like
was not simple.
like with all this nature around me and like having a farm and like having my favorite pet pig or whatever.
Rose-colored glasses.
Glasses on, Trevor.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. I forgot to put them on. I'm sorry. That's why I forgot. That's why I literally picked a time where only dinosaurs were alive, because I forgot to put the rose-colored glasses on.
Wait, you don't think you need
I think
rose-colored glasses?
you want to go back to see a T-Rex? I think you're going to see one.
It's simple. You were the one talking about
that comet though really puts a damper on things.
We've got Pendergast in the chat. They were going to say ancient Rome or Victorian England. Coffee Mom reminds us that indoor
Also
plumbing
true.
was a very important
That's one of those
discovery.
things that the rose-colored glasses kind of filters out, is all the feces.
God bless you, Coffee.
Right. Also, like penicillin. Like
Yeah,
anytime
like
before
penicillin, anesthesia.
kind of
Yeah,
off the table for me.
Anesthetics.
And I want everybody to know that D at Main Street Fun and Games was 12.
Oh my God, you're just D.
1984.
Oh,
Hey! Living the dream.
I want to be D. I want to own
D.
a
Campbell is going to live
Travel
vicariously through you
Mountains.
so hard from now on. Well, I also want to give a quick shout out. Who was it? It moved up quite a bit. Someone. It might have been Queen Mood, but someone said someone reminded me of the Regency era. So I think I'd actually like to change my answer. I think I'd like to be a Regency noble lady. I think I'd like to be Emma, and fall in love from afar with a brooding.
Great.
Yeah.
Just withering stares across the
Oh my
dance
goodness!
hall.
Just smoldering from across the banquet hall.
Well, it
Well,
sounds like you just
yeah,
wanna
I think
live in a
that's actually more
Jane
accurate.
Austen novel. But that's next.
We temporarily lost Dan, but we were prepared for this. Watch this. Boo! Bye. Okay.
No.
I know. I got all my overlays. All right, when Dan comes back, I'll fix that. It's alright. I'll be ready for when he comes back. Yeah, F in the chat for Dan. Dan says, "I'll be back. I'll be back. Have no fear." Okay, so well, darn, he actually should be here for this, but he could probably still hear it. Actually, I wanted to go through. I was listening back to episode 1, where we went through the character creation process, and as I was listening back, which I did several times because I just love the sound of my own voice, I realized that my description of the skill point allocation was a little wanting, and I saw all of these great comments from people saying if I ever run a Call of Cthulhu game, I'm totally going to watch this, so I have a step-by-step guide. And I cringed as I heard that because some of the things I said were just so unclear. So, both to help all of you and my players, I wrote up Kay's 5 steps for skill point allocation in Call of Cthulhu. So let me pull up my little guide here. And if you all wouldn't mind getting your character sheets and just making sure if there are any things that diverge from this 5-step plan, get your pencils ready and you can, because it only serves to help you. Chances are I gave you too few points in some place or another. So, step 1.
Always take more points.
Step 1 is to determine how many occupational skill points you have. And I need to make it very clear we are only dealing with occupational skill points. Don't worry about personal skills just yet. This is almost always some combination of education times 2 plus some relevant characteristic times 2, or a relevant characteristic times 4. In all of your cases, Campbell, yours was education times 2 plus appearance times 2. Ned was education times 2 plus strength or dex times 2. I believe you chose strength, if I'm not mistaken. Trevor was education times 2 plus strength or dex times 2. I believe you also chose strength. Am I? Yes. Tyler was education times 2 plus strength times 2. I did not give you the option. You had to go with strength. And Dan was education times 2 plus intelligence times 2. Now, those are all relevant to your occupations, and that's all up to keeper discretion. The book does give sample occupations as an example you can follow if you'd like, but ultimately it's up to the keeper. That's step 1. When you do that math, it'll give you a number, which is the number of occupational skill points you have. Step 2 is to allocate those skill points among your career skills. And again, just occupational skills. We're not worried about personal just yet. These are all skills that are relevant to your occupations. So again, I'll go one by one. Campbell, I believe we said accounting, listen, art craft for cooking, psychology, stealth or sleight of hand, 2 interpersonal skills, so 2 among charm, fast talk, intimidate, and persuade, and then 1 more occupational skill of your choice, anything that makes sense to you based on your occupation. And you can allocate all of your occupational skill points among those skills. Those are your occupational skills. Ned, you got to do 1 interpersonal skill, so 1 among charm, fast talk, intimidate, and persuade, fight, brawl, firearms, law, library use, psychology, stealth, and track. Yes, excellent. Trevor, I gave you, I believe, climb or swim, dodge, fighting, firearms, fight brawl, I should say, firearms, stealth, survival, and 2 of the following: first aid, mechanical repair, or other language. Tyler, yours were dodge, fighting, firearms, psychology, stealth, spot hidden, and 2 interpersonal skills. So that's 2 among charm, fast talk, persuade, or intimidate. Dan, who is not here but might be able to hear me. Oh, Campbell's window resized. Sorry, one moment. Let me shrink you back down there, Campbell. You're impinging on my... Oh, now you... There we go. Okay, we're back. Where was I?
Yeah.
And then Dan, who perhaps can hear me from afar, got to do library use. Oh, Campbell, stop resizing yourself. Oh, now, no, it's like you become humongous and then you become small. Don't touch it. Don't touch anything. I think you're fine where you are.
Who gave her a Mario mushroom?
Oh, you became large again. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, everybody. This is a Goons production after all. I think I can put a filter on you. Just give me 1 moment. Filters.
For all of you with your bingo sheets out there, you can mark off Goon
All right, we're
production
gonna
certified.
Put a filter on you. We're going to make sure that you don't... I think this will stop you from resizing again. And now if I put you there, now we should be okay. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Right. Dan's were a little complicated. So Dan could pick, as his occupational skills, library use, listen, persuade, psychoanalysis, psychology, accounting, and any 2 others as areas of personal study at the university. Now, those 2, while they are things that he's interested in, things that he can pick, are still occupational skills. So they still get points from his occupational skill point supply. Cool? So, 1 last guideline for everybody. That should leave you with 8 occupational skills total. Step 3 is to determine your personal skill points. And the way that you do this is the same for everyone. It is just intelligence times 2. Step 4 is to allocate those points among any 2 new skills of your choice. Any two. These are not tied to your occupation. These are two that your character would be personally interested in. They cannot overlap with your occupational skills, and you cannot choose Cthulhu Mythos. That, again, is up to keeper discretion and depends on the investigation. But in this case, and in my case, no. Last but not least, step 5 is to determine the half and fifth values for all of your occupational and personal skill points. Just like we did for characteristics, there's that handy-dandy chart, which I actually can pull up on the stream. If you'll give me a moment, I'll find it. The half and fifth values chart, which is a quick reference for how you can apply those skills. And I'll go ahead and put that up on the stream. There it is. So now everyone can see that nice little thingamajig that tells you, gives you a nice little guide of what the values would be for your half and fifth values. So there you go. Those are Kay's 5 steps for occupational and personal skills. I hope and I believe that it is much clearer than how I described it last week. All right. 1 or 2 more things, and then I promise we'll get into it. I wanted to go over a couple of rules that we encountered or that I didn't talk about last time and should have. One is pushing a roll. And this we actually did encounter in the game. You can, if you roll poorly on like a skill check, you can decide that you'd like to essentially try harder. Pushing a roll means you're trying again or trying harder. A pushed roll is allowed only if it can be justified, and it's up to the player to provide that justification. Combat rolls cannot be pushed. It's also worth mentioning that in the book it says that this also opens the investigator to more dire circumstances should they fail again. So let's say, just for example, you're trying to open a door and you roll strength to open the door and you fail. You say, I'd like to push the roll by throwing my entire body at it. I could, as the keeper, say, okay, that makes sense. You may push that roll, go ahead. And then if you fail again, whoops, you broke your shoulder. Yeah. The door fights back. Exactly. So
the door hits
exactly.
you
Just
for
things to
5
keep in
damage.
mind when it comes to pushing rolls. That is a thing that you can do. Also, luck. Luck can be used to alter a roll. You do have a finite supply, so you can only add as much luck to a roll as you have. And you only have so much, so you don't want to do too much. But in a pinch, it can definitely help you out. If you, let's say, for example, you roll a 52 and 50 is what you would need for a success, you can spend 2 luck points to make your roll a 50. And side by side with that rule, there's another. These are both optional rules in the book, but we'll play them because they're fun. At the end of each session, you may make an improvement check to regain some luck points. This is done the same way that we did improvement checks to education last time. You roll a d100, and if you roll equal to or higher than your current luck score, you can add 1d10 luck points to your luck score. Since we didn't do that last time, you, my players, are all welcome to go ahead and do so at any point. Because you can do that once per session. End of each session, I think I said that. So yeah.
Even if we don't use any, so can we go like above our...
Even if you don't use any. I mean, there's a limit on the sheet. I think it's fair to say you can't go above the highest number in the luck track on the sheet. You can't be like, writing your track down the margins.
Gotcha.
Dan just sent in the our Skype chat. What do roll again for improvement? A D100, Dan. A D100 is what you roll. You roll a D100. I was referring to your luck score.
Oh snap!
You can roll to improve your luck.
You said at the end of every session we get another luck,
I will do my best to remind you. If I forget, then I'll remind you next time.
So I just rolled a 25. My luck's at 75, so I'm maxed out at 99.
Wait a second. You rolled a D100 and you rolled what? And your luck is what?
25.
So that means you failed
75.
the improvement check. You do not add any luck.
Oh,
that's what we were. Yeah, it's an improvement check, not just like a straight add a D100 to the roll. If you had rolled equal to or above your luck score, then you would have added a D10 to your luck. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
for improvement checks. Yeah, I know it's confusing. For most of the time when you're rolling in this game, you want to roll below your score. For improvement checks, you want to roll above.
Well, you should have made that more clear because I would have put my energy towards rolling
I think
high instead
for
of
you,
low.
Tyler, for you specifically, I think putting your energy towards rolling high is a guarantee that you'll roll low. So I think I think if anything, I was doing you a favor.
Whoa! I'm not Dan, okay? Let's get this straight right now.
I don't know.
Can I ask the most basic
Yes, of course.
ask question ever, but that I
Okay.
actually think I was doing wrong last time? Because like Tyler was like, I just rolled a D100.
I'm so sorry.
And I got 25.
Dan just said in the chat. I can hear y'all.
What are you rolling?
So you do the two die that have, one of them has like 0, 1
Yeah, look
to
at
9,
if you can see Ned's screen.
and another one has like 01, 02, 03.
So a D10 and a D100, you roll
Yeah,
everything.
There are
so then
essentially two
Sorry, go ahead.
D10 dice that you have in each dice set, and they're the ones. I don't know how you would describe the shape of them. Yeah, those ones. You see how the one.
Yeah, it's those. So
Reject Lilith for following
the first
us.
number is the singular. So if you roll a 1 on the single number die and a 50 on the secondary number die, that's a 51.
Yeah, you get 10s and you get 1s.
Okay, great. I was only rolling D100s last time, and it wouldn't have changed anything because I don't think I rolled anything lower than a 70. But as things get more dire,
essentially just you get your 10s and your 1s. Yeah, and this will come into play later if you get bonus dice. The way that works. Forget it. I'll explain it when we come. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Don't worry about it just yet. Cool. All right. Well, why don't we just take a moment to sort of settle into ourselves. Oh, I need to get... Actually, you know what? Let's take a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to get Syrinscape up so we can get some music going.
All right.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong one. And then while we wait for Dan to come back, because I think he'll want to be here for the things that are about to happen.
Pendergast said D10s are, let me see if I can pronounce this right without having a stroke. Pentagonal trapezohedrons.
You nailed it.
Pentagonal trapezohedrons.
Trapezohedron.
Trapezohedrons. But I don't think that's helpful.
I disagree. I think that is incredibly helpful, Pendergast. Thank you.
Yeah.
Rainy Day
That's no
Jules, I call them
pentagonal
flat boys.
trapezohedron. That's my wife.
I like that. Let's go.
Oh God, I am so sorry.
That's no pentagon.
I am so sorry.
That's a space.
Okay, Dan just said he's probably going to be a couple minutes. All right, so we will proceed without him for now.
Enjoying the culture.
Too busy enjoying the culture. Oh Lord. I think he might have.
We opened the Chianti without us.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, hey. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, goons. I really love all of your characters so much, and I truly hope you don't die.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make
Makes
any
me feel
promises,
real
but I
good.
really hope you don't die. I'm okay with you going insane, but I hope you don't die.
Okay, Benny's got a family to look out
Really
for.
hope I get eaten by a
Just
bear.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Are we sure though, or is he
Yeah,
just hallucinating?
and Buddy has all of his career aspirations. I mean,
Yeah, man, really rewarding.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Man,
Oh my
that
gosh.
little guy.
God, that's the kind of career that you can just go home at the end of the day and look back at the work you've done and think,
Feel good about, yeah.
I can rest easy.
Back on your long career and say, oh,
At least
shit.
yeah. Ah, wow, I've fucked many a people,
No, not at all.
and not in a good way. Anyway,
Ready.
Rainy Day Jewel says having a family won't save you,
yeah.
and I couldn't agree more.
I was,
Might
yeah,
lessen
it's
your
just gonna make
chances.
everything a little worse. Yeah.
That was
Yes.
just a shirt.
Yes, it is.
That's just
There's-
the whole shirt.
I
Having
think
a
there's
family won't
definitely
save you.
like a statistics character of like what are the top 5 things that get you killed in Cthulhu?
Oh,
like
sure.
in a horror movie, you know, what are the top 5 things that make you first person to die?
Thank you, Adventures and Initiative. It's my winter coat.
Okay. All right. Let me get just a little bit of music going here. We're gonna start with music that's not quite so terrifying.
Bring us in now that we bullshitted for.
We really tried to help, Dan. We did our best.
We learned
There's only so much time that we can waste. All right. When last we left our intrepid investigators, we had gathered in the living room of Arthur and Eloise Bircher. She and a few of her friends had come around to each of you in turn in your regular goings-on in town during the day and invited you over because they noticed some strange goings-on. And those of you who live in the town and are familiar with the ordinary, everyday lives of its people would know that some things were going on as well. In particular, the fact that a couple of people have gone missing. And those people are Charles Franz, age 8, son of Esther Franz, who is the woman who came to speak to Dickie Harrow at the movie theater. And the other person is Kenneth McCurdy, age 65. Remember we said there was a young boy and an old man had gone missing. So here we are in the living room of Eloise Bircher, as she is just grasping at straws, gathering all of you here to just see if there's anything that maybe you know, anything at all that could help her or her good friend Esther, who's beside herself because of the disappearance of her son, to return things to normal. So then sitting in the living room, you talk for a moment, and Eloise quickly realizes that she didn't quite know what she was expecting to get by asking these random people to come after dinner to her house, and realized that perhaps she didn't know you as well as she would like to, and said, you know what, let's all just try to calm our nerves. I'll make us some coffee, we'll sit down, and we'll all just get to know each other a little better. As she did so, as she went off to the kitchen to make some coffee for all of you, Buddy was the only one who was able to discern the sound of breaking glass, but everyone then heard a blood-curdling scream coming from the kitchen. And that's where we are. Investigators, what would you like to do?
Buddy wants to get up immediately and go into the kitchen and see what's going on.
Yeah, I think those war instincts kick in, and I tear across the room as well.
Yep, same goes for Buddy. Or sorry.
Oh no!
That is gonna happen.
Oh no, it's happening to Bunny is the quick and easy solution to. Yeah, Bunny. Yeah.
Bunny.
Little bunny foo-foo.
Yeah, Bunny, which is Benny and
yes,
Buddy
exactly.
travel.
That's your couple name. It's really cute.
Toward where the scream came.
I'm gonna as this scream happens, I pull back for a second and I look around at everybody left in the room, and I'm just wondering if I notice anything strange about anybody
no, you do not.
that's
and in
left
fact,
in the room.
Eloise, Lucille, who is also there, also Esther, the three of them all kind of react with shock and don't quite know what to do with themselves. But Arthur Bircher, Eloise's husband, also gets up to see what's going on in the kitchen. But everyone else seems taken aback. Okay, you're going as well?
Let's go!
All right.
Yeah.
Well. Okay. So, you all cram through the doorway into the kitchen, and you see Eloise. Sorry, I said before that she was in the living room. No, she's the one who was already in the kitchen. You see Eloise. Her back is to the refrigerator. She's frantically looking around the kitchen as if she's trying to find something that she can use as a weapon. And as you look to the other side towards the back door to the kitchen, you see a man, an older man, wearing tattered rags, a look of desperate anger on his face. He's panting, almost growling like a feral animal, and he's staring at Eloise with primal angry ferocity. This is if we were playing D&D when I would ask you to roll for initiative.
When you would say roll
However,
for
initiative in Call of Cthulhu works a little differently. I could have prepared for this a little better. I'm going to pull up an initiative tracker.
I'm going to pull up an initiative tracker, too.
Wow, who would have thought that only
I know, we're getting
45
spicy.
minutes into the stream
Okay.
we would all die?
It's just a
I
one
know.
old
What have you got?
dude.
What could you possibly have to worry about? So, the way that this is going to work is that I'm going to need all of your dex scores. So let's start with Sweetie McLintock. What is your dex score? 55. Okay.
55.
Just so I can put it on my sheet here. What is your what's your hit points? 10.
I have
She's
10
got
hit
10.
points.
Okay. Let's go to Bunny. Which one am I talking about? I don't know. Let's say Benny. Benny, how many? What is? Benny, what is your dex score?
35.
35. Okay.
Yeah, I was more known for my power as a boxer. I used my face to block their
Oh
punches.
yes, brilliant.
So,
And I will say I should have said this earlier, but Tyler, I think it would be safe to say that when you arrived at the Bircher's house, they administered some first aid to you. So I'm going to give you back that 1 HP you lost in the car accident. So what is your HP?
cool. 14 then with at full.
Okay, excellent. How about Buddy Wilson? What is your dex score?
Buddy's got a bum leg. He's 52. He's got he's not as fast. He's
30.
sitting at
Okay.
a 30 dex.
And then his HP?
But
Yes.
he's
12
big.
HP. Okay.
He's got 12 HP.
All right. How about Dickie Harrow? Woo!
75.
He is a quick one.
Woo! He's a quick
He is a
boy.
quick one. And how about your HP?
Told you.
14.
14.
Lovely. All right.
Damn!
What? Wow!
Oh,
He is tempered by war.
That's how you survive.
one more
close
thing,
encounters.
sweetie. You, as you're looking around the room to make sure that everything is that there's nothing untoward going on, you notice that Hugsley Lacquer faints.
Oh,
The shock is too much for him. He slumps back on the couch.
oh no! I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh man! If I do say so, I think he was.
Yeah, he might have had a little too much culture.
culture.
Exactly. All right. You'll give me
Ow.
1 moment. Let's see. Let me just add a few more.
Take you
Alrighty.
time.
Yeah, don't you
Living our
worry.
Best lives.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to die quite yet, so we can enjoy these moments
Not
before
gonna
death.
die.
And for those of you new to Call of Cthulhu who have no idea about the game, combat is very different from D&D. It is very, very dangerous. Much like Trevor said last episode, it's very much like levels 1 and 2 in D&D. It's almost survival horror.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, essentially is. All right, let's see. I just have one more character I want to add here. Oh, there he is.
You're scaring me, kid.
Oh, you have nothing to worry about.
Asgar says, I can't go insane if I'm sleeping.
There we go.
Keep telling yourself that. It's
Huxley
very
is spared.
comforting.
I can't go insane if I'm dead, right?
No.
That is true. That's
Oh,
definitely true.
no.
I cannot.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
Unfortunately, that's the place I'm the least.
No.
All right.
No, this is
All right,
Patrick.
friends. First up. Oh wait, actually, I need to make sure I. Okay, first up is our very own Dickie Harrow. Now, Dicky, you see yourself in a quite a troubling situation. You're standing in the kitchen. You see this someone who has a clear intent to attack Eloise Bircher. It appears that he's unarmed. It's just his own self, but he has this, like I said, primal ferocity in his eyes. You have the option to. You can attack. You can certainly attack if you have any weapons on you. You can use said weapons. You can also take a look at the environment around you and see if there is anything that you can use as a weapon.
That was my plan. I was going to see if there was a rolling pin.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, let's see. Roll against your luck score. Let's see what you're able to get.
Okay. Right. So it's very clear that he means this woman.
Very clear.
Is what you're saying.
Unmistakably.
Okay,
he hasn't.
great.
As you came into the room, he did not even take his eyes off of her.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Dicky, he just it's that true reflex where like if you asked him to do it again, he couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean? But he just like springs forward. It doesn't even take the time to think. He just goes. And he, let me see if I can roll. Okay. Yes, that's 13 under 51.
Okay. That's really great. Is that a, let's see, 13 under 51. Is that a, it is a hard success. Yeah, that's a hard success. So, I'm going to give you an option. There are kitchen table chairs. You can have a rolling pin if that's what you desire. I think I would also say that you can find, let's say, like a honing steel, like something you would use to sharpen a knife. So it's small, but it's heavy, like a small cudgel.
Yeah, sure. I'll stick with my first instinct, because I don't want to like kill him. I just want to absolve the situation. So I'm gonna go with and I don't want to ruin her nice furniture because she was nice to invite us into her home. I'll grab a rolling pin and see if I can. I'm more even just looking to like tackle him to the ground.
Sure. You also can do that. That would be not so. Using the rolling pin to attack would be like a fight brawl. But you also can, if you'd like, do a fight maneuver, and that would just be an opposed fight brawl roll. And what is your build score, Dicky?
Build?
+2. Okay,
2.
so if you were to do a combat maneuver against this combatant, you would get to roll it with 2 bonus dice, which basically means that you can roll the tens die of your D100 3 times and use the best one.
Ooh, okay. I will do so. So I'm just gonna try to tackle him to the ground.
So we're going for a combat maneuver.
Just to try and pin him against the ground, diffuse the situation, rather than escalate.
Okay. So trying to tackle. Yeah. I'm going to roll a D100 as well. I left my dice in my car, so I'm going digital this time. Okay. What did you get?
Okay, so I can roll the tens dice
3 times and use the best one.
You say? And am I trying to get higher or lower for this? Okay. Lower. In that case, it is a 39.
And what? So that's a success for you, yes?
Against
fight
my
brawl.
Strength? Oh. I see. Yes, it is. It is a success.
Is it a hard or an extreme success, or just a regular success? Okay.
No, it's just a regular.
Either
success.
way, it beats the level of success that this feral older gentleman was able to get. So you successfully wrestle him to the ground.
Yeah. So I'll just pin him. I've got my forearm in his neck, and I'm just pinning him to the ground. I look back at I turn my head back over my shoulder up at is it Eloise in the kitchen? Yeah, I look back up over my shoulder at her and I just go,
okay.
"You all right?"
So he continues to struggle. So she's still very she doesn't feel like she's out of the woods just yet.
Oh my god.
But then sweetie, it is now your turn. So you do have the option to just do nothing if you think that Dicky has this in hand. Okay.
I think he has this in hand, but I still want to reach into my bag and I want to grab out one of my biggest perfume samples. And I want to go over to Eloise and stand between her and the guy and hold it up thusly.
We just got this in. It's bear mace scent.
It's bear mace.
We're working on it.
Okay, excellent. No, that's great. That's great. Okay, so you go to defend Eloise. Excellent. That's going to bring us to this man's turn. The man that Dicky has pinned against the floor. He's going to try to do an opposed fight brawl roll against you, Dicky, to see if he can break free from your grasp.
Okay. So is that?
It is. Yeah. So you get to roll, and you get to roll with the +2, just like you did last time, because you have it's based on your build. You have a better build than he does. So for every point of build higher than him, you get a bonus die. So I'm gonna roll with
I see.
With 2 disadvantage or two penalty dice.
Gotcha. I got a 23, which would be a hard success.
Okay, on all 3 of mine, he failed. So he's unable to escape from your grasp, although he's trying. He's struggling, he's wrestling, he's really just trying his darndest to break free. That is now going to bring us to Eloise Bircher. Seeing that this attacker is slowed down at the very least, and that Sweetie has put herself in between the attacker and her, she's going to run out of the kitchen. She leaves the combat. That brings us to Benny. Benny, you have the option to do anything you would like to do, if anything at all.
I'd like to. Can I go help Dicky?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Just kind of help hold the guy
Go ahead.
down.
I will say you can do so without even having to roll for it. It's just going to make it that much harder for this person to escape if he tries again. Anything else?
That's
okay.
it for me.
And last in the round, Buddy, you have the option of doing anything you would like to do.
Buddy is going to see them restraining him. And Buddy's just going to go, amateurs. And he's going to reach inside his jacket. And he's going to pull out a pair of knuckle dusters. Brass knuckles. And he's going to walk right up to the guy on the ground.
Wow.
And he's going to swing for the head.
Oh,
he's going to attempt to knock him out.
Hold on. What are you doing? Wait.
Okay, attempt to knock him out. All right, well, that's going to be a fight brawl roll. Go ahead and roll your fight brawl skill.
No, wait.
You can say something to protest, but I don't think Buddy's going to listen. So go ahead and make a roll.
That is a 50
okay, so that
under
would be
75.
a regular success. Am I right? Yes. Regular success. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and well, he can't. I'm going to go ahead and say he can't dodge, and he can't fight back. So I think go ahead and roll your damage. It's the damage of that knuckle duster weapon plus your damage bonus.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Don't kill him, Ned.
Oh my god.
I think Benny, too, is with Dicky on this. Seeing you punch this dude as me and Dicky are holding him down. It's like, hey, come on, guy. We got this.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That is 8 points of damage.
That's a lot. He takes that hit. he starts like it's sort of, you know how easy it is to like open up the skin on a man's brow and it just starts bleeding. You know, it immediately a thick stream of blood starts making its way down his face. 8, you said? Okay. All right.
Yes.
So that's the end of round 1. I'm going to roll a couple of dice.
I don't like the sound of that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, me neither.
You thought the sound of it was bad.
Yikes.
Okay. I almost just said the name. This combatant, this strange man who has just broken into the Bircher's house, he gets... Dicky, you feel it as you have like your arm around this man's neck. He gets this sudden burst of strength. He just lets out this guttural roar and manages to throw your arms off of him. He gets up and leaps over the kitchen table, making his way to the door where Eloise Bircher just ran out of the room. It is at that moment that you hear
shit.
Bang! 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 3 gunshots. And the man drops to the floor.
Where'd it come? Yeah.
You turn around.
Who fired the gun?
And you turn around in the direction of in the direction of the fire, ringing in your ears, and you see a man who you recognize to be Stanley Alexander, the police deputy, standing in the doorway, a smoking revolver in his hand.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'll pick myself up off the ground and be like, "What? Why did you do that? It was just an old man."
Buddy will slide his knuckle dusters back into his pocket and look at the police chief and go, "Thank God you're here. He broke in and he was going after the lady, and it was the 3 of us were trying to hold him down, but he must have been drinking something fierce because he's got strength."
I saw. Look, I know he's an old man, but desperate people do desperate things. This needed to be done. I'm sorry you all had to witness that. Yeah, that's and actually, would you I think oh well actually okay, so before you get the chance to look at his body at this body on the ground more closely, he says, "Yeah. That's old Kenneth McCurdy. He was the he was the manager of the general store. He's been missing a few days, and it seems he got himself into a little bit of trouble."
Did he have the kid?
Care to describe that trouble?
Oh well, look, I don't know how much I can get into it here, but some business with some folks out of town. That's all I'll say.
Was this police officer?
No, he was
at
not.
this
He came
party
in through the
already?
door that Kenneth broke in through.
How did you know about this?
That's
Have you
right,
been
miss, we have.
chasing him? Looking at
She had a beat on him.
Kenneth's body, like, how do we not recognize him? Was he, like, dirty? Did it look like he'd been living out on the street or, like, in the woods for the past, since he's been missing?
It looks, I should say, like he's been through it. So looking at him right now, he's lying face down on the ground. His clothes, like, he looks like a hobo. His clothes are tattered. There's dirt on his hands. He looks almost animalistic. But again, just lying face down. You do have the option to take a closer look if you would like.
I do want to take a closer look.
So going over to him, let's say he's sort of like lying, like he fell mid-stride. So it's almost like he's close to like the recovery position. So it's not quite so hard to like turn him over a little bit if you'd like to do so.
Just with my shoe, not to be disrespectful, but I'm just going to...
Seeing Sweetie looking at him, I'll go over and I'll kind of roll him over.
Stanley, the police deputy, does not stop you. He allows this to happen. You roll him over, and yeah, you see a man whom you recognize. It is it's hard to tell because of all of the how dirty and weathered his face is. He looks like he is aged 10 years since you last saw him. You know him to be around 65.
Wow.
But he just has this look. He still has this look on his face of just desperate, angry fury. Buddy and Sweetie, why don't you go ahead and give me... I think this is going to be a spot hidden check. Yeah, give me a spot hidden check, both of you.
Is this... You meant Benny, not Buddy?
I meant Bunny, actually. Yes, you're correct. I meant Benny.
Both of
I
us?
meant Benny Kaplan, the two of you who are standing next to the body. You failed?
I
Okay.
failed big time. So I think once he turns over, I'm going to take a couple steps back.
What check?
Spot hidden. Anyone who wants to
Keeper
get
of
closer
Arcane
and take a closer look at his face.
Yes.
I got a 49
Wow.
under
49
65.
or 65. Okay.
I got an 8
Wow.
under
Okay.
45.
So you both notice, as you look at his face, it's not hard to notice. His eyes are still open. And you see that his right eye, the pupil, is dilated. His eye is bloodshot. It's sunken. Completely different from the other eye. Like both of his eyes look rough, but this one looks inhuman. So much so that the two of you need to roll a sanity check.
Oh, shit.
So that's just same thing, D100?
Yep, D100.
Yeah.
Against your sanity.
Oh, that's a 19 under
Okay,
50.
great.
That is a 10 under
Excellent. Okay,
70.
so you both succeed. So you see this horrific visage on his face, and you see this eye sunken in, but you're both able to like steel yourselves and not be completely thrown off guard by seeing his face.
Buddy will look at the officer and go, hey, you notice this? This don't look right. His eye, I mean.
I'm going to say to the officer, what happened tonight that had you so close on his heels?
Well, look, I don't know exactly how many details I can get into. If you don't mind, I'd like to go into the other room, talk to Mrs. Bircher, and make sure she's okay.
When he says
Yeah,
Mrs.
to go check
Bircher,
on her?
I go, oh! And I run.
Okay, so he goes
In
and
the
you follow.
room. Yeah.
And anybody else can follow if they'd like. And he walks up to Eloise, who is just beside herself. She's sitting on a chair. Now knowing that things have sort of calmed down a bit, like fanning herself. She's on the verge of fainting. And he walks over to her and very curtly just says, "Ma'am, may I use your phone?" And she goes, she just nods, like in a panic.
I'm going to give her my handkerchief to like...
Sure.
If she's like sweating or crying.
Just for fun, give me a psychoanalysis.
Come on! I haven't succeeded at anything yet!
Okay, just to say before the officer leaves the room, Buddy goes, yeah, go ahead. I'll make sure this guy doesn't get up.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
I got
Well, then we'll say that you
under
are able
60.
to successfully like calm her down. You are just your presence is very calming. You sort of get a bead on what's going on in her head, and you're able to like give her just what she needs. Her breathing slows. And she stops.
Okay. I put something that smells really nice under her nose, like smelling
cool.
salts.
Wow, when did the California Perfume Company come out with those? Great, yeah. She Well, again, just for fun, give me a first aid. Why not?
My God! Hold on. Okay.
Dicky gets the instinct to step forward to make sure that she's okay, but then he stops in mid motion, his head shrinks and his shoulders concave a little bit, and he self-consciously scratches at the edge of his mask, and he just steps back into the corner.
Oh, I did it. I got a 13.
Okay, great.
Under,
yeah, so the
30.
that's a hard success. In fact, it might even be, it's hard success. So yeah, it's just what she needs. She takes a whiff of whatever it is you pass under her nose, and that's thank you, sweetie. That's really lovely.
It's Jasmine.
Oh. So
and I'm just like rubbing her shoulder, and I'm just kind of like watching the scene around the room.
So you see that police deputy Stanley Alexander, Officer Alexander, Deputy Alexander goes over to the phone, and it's one of those old the phones that has like the two-piece. He has to pull like the ear off and hold it to his face like this. So he picks up the phone and goes, "Yes, operator. Jensen, 4141. And then there's a pause. Hey, Freddie, we found him. He's at Eloise Bircher's house. Why don't you come over here with your truck? All right, thanks. He hangs the phone. Were you about to say something, buddy?
Yeah, okay. While they're in the other room, when Buddy gets the gist that they're occupied over there, he's gonna search the pockets of the guy who just got shot. He's gonna look for a wallet or something to like make sure that like this is, or like see if there's any like papers or anything on him that like tells where he's been, what's been going on with him. Like...
Sure. Yeah, you don't find anything. No, you don't find anything in his pockets. I won't make you roll on it. Yeah, most of his pockets have holes in them anyway.
Okay, cool.
But his nothing, no possessions.
Is there any
at all.
money in his pockets?
But it's unmistakable who he is. It's clearly Kenneth McCurdy.
Yeah. Well.
So Stanley Alexander, Deputy Alexander, steps up to the body and says, "All right, everybody. I know that must have been really scary. I think maybe you should all just go home. I'll stay here with the Birchers, and we got someone coming to take care of the body."
Well, so I mean, a kid's been missing too, along with this fella, and if he was in some kind of trouble, I don't know, the kid could be in some kind of danger too. I mean, do you know anything about him? I feel like we should do something.
Do you mean to imply, sir, that we are not doing everything in our power to find that young boy?
No, but I mean, it's a little telling you would assume
something
that.
tells me that little boy probably didn't lose all of his money betting on the horses over in Cleveland. So I don't think they're in the same place. But why don't you go ahead and let us do our job?
Buddy, hearing like the escalation, things like escalate, will walk in and we'll go, Deputy, what my friend here means to say is that, there's a couple people missing. Buddy of mine down at the lumber mill, he hasn't been to work in a couple of days, and well, honestly, we're worried about him. I know you guys are doing everything that you can, but I guess what we're just saying is it would put our minds at ease if you told us, what was going on, or maybe just an idea of what it looks like things are going on.
Great.
And I'm going to make a
go
fast talk roll. Whoo! 18 under 45.
Okay, great. Yeah, so he you see that on him, and he does seem to just soften a little bit, just a little bit. And he says,
yeah.
What's this about a fella missing? What's his name? And you remember that his name is Wayne Heitman.
Yeah. Well, you see, his name is Wayne Heitman.
Wayne,
He works
I know.
down at the lumber mill with me and Arthur.
All right, we'll look into it. Thanks for telling me,
Yeah.
all right? Yeah, thank you. Now look,
And he shakes his hand.
Yeah,
He's like,
he,
I
he
appreciate
seems a little
it,
reticent,
Deputy.
but he does shake the hand. He returns the handshake. Says, "All right, everybody, look. I know it's been a stressful evening. We are doing our best to look into this. We got some more officers coming. We got someone to come in to take care of the body. I'm gonna make sure the Birches are okay." And at that moment, everyone give me a listen roll, actually.
Listen, you say.
No.
Listen here, you no good rotten.
Whew.
What do we got?
I got a
Well-
38 under 60.
So close.
Buddy didn't hear shit with a 76 over
Yeah,
45.
42 over, was it 20? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm missing it.
All right. So one regular success is, excuse me, one regular success is enough for you, sweetie, to hear the sound of tires approaching the house.
Oh! I turned to Eloise. I say, "Were you expecting somebody?"
Well, no. She says, they're like this moment, like, no, just you. You were already here. I was certainly not expecting a man to barge into my kitchen and try to kill me.
Did he say anything when he came in?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, he called me Margaret. That was my mother's name.
Did he know your
Well,
mother?
I don't know much about it, but yes, I believe he did.
Well, what was their relationship like, if I may ask?
Well, well, again, I don't know much about it. It's not something we spoke of often with me and my mother. Rest in peace. But she did tell me once that Mr. McCurdy tried to woo her.
Oh,
Well, Deputy, there's your motive.
But she's
well, I mean,
she's been dead for
When did your
10
mother
years now.
pass?
She passed far too soon, but surely Mr. McCurdy would have known that. I can't fathom any reason why he would think that I was her.
I wonder if something in his mind makes him think he's in the past, or if he's in a different
Well,
time.
I certainly don't know.
might also have just gone on a bender.
Also,
Wouldn't
can
be the first
somebody
time.
go look outside?
Yes, so
I
as this
just heard
conversation is
somebody
happening,
pulling up.
the rest of you
Yeah,
will
I-
also then start to hear
I got it.
footsteps approaching the door and a loud boom, boom, boom knock on the door. Deputy Alexander actually goes to answer it, and he opens the door, and there's a man standing there, very tall, very broad, a man that you all recognize to be Freddie Jensen, who owns Jensen's Farm just outside of town. So Jensen takes a look at Alexander, and not making eye contact with him, but in a very kind of like gruff, direct voice says, "So where's the body?" And Deputy Alexander just sort of like motions him towards him, and they walk towards the body and set to moving it.
Wait, so a farmer's coming to pick up the body?
Yeah, Buddy, seeing that that it's not another cop who's coming to the door, goes, whoa. Deputy, I mean, I'm no expert, but I'm... don't you got to make sure this guy's not drunk or something?
There will be. Don't worry. We're going to do the due process. Just, Freddie's a good friend of mine. He's in the area. And he's got a vehicle that's capable of moving up, well, I don't mean to be insensitive, but a heavy load.
Does that seem super odd?
Yeah.
Or does...
Yeah, no, it seems odd. It's not a
right,
police vehicle.
okay.
It's not an ambulance. It's just a guy, a farmer, who you know. So they set to moving the body. They are able to move him. Maybe they roll him up in a carpet or something. They pick him up and take him out the door. And you see Stanley and oh my god, my brain. Stanley and Freddie, Stanley Alexander and Freddie Jensen, the farmer, put the body into the car, into the back of this truck. Basically, it's a pickup truck.
I want to run over. Who was looking? Because when they turned the body over, I ran away. I didn't see nothing. Can I run over? Who was looking? Dicky, were you looking?
No, it was Bunny.
Yeah.
Bunny was looking. Benny, I'm gonna run over to Benny and say, tell them before they take the body if there was anything they should know. I'm afraid they're just gonna dump him in the ground.
And I look at Sweetie and I go, Sweetie, there was nothing on him. He didn't even have a wallet.
There was nothing strange about him. It doesn't seem like they're gonna look at the body at all.
Well, and then Buddy says, hey. Remember it's Stanley, right? Is the deputy? He looks at Stanley. He goes, Stanley, do me a favor. Show him the eye. Look at the eye real quick. And he points out the right eye that's completely unnatural.
So Stanley gives him a quick little glance, right? Just sort of looks at him quickly and then looks back at you and says, all right, pal, look. I can't tell you all of the details of what this man was getting into. What I can tell you is that we are going to take him where he needs to go, follow due process, and I don't need any assistance from any of you. All right? I can't tell you all the details, but all I'll say is he got involved with some bad people. And he gives kind of like a sort of condescending glance over to Benny and says, why don't you ask him about the kind of people one could run into if you're gambling in Cleveland? And with that, Freddie gets into his truck, starts it up, doesn't say another word, doesn't make eye contact with anyone, including Deputy Alexander. And Deputy Alexander goes to his car to get in.
Then he just kind of grunts and walks off to the corner and finds a seat somewhere.
Both engines fire up and the cars begin to drive away.
Oh my god, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Buddy looks at Benny and he just goes, hey, what's that Stanley character talking about? You've been running with the wrong crowd? Got some money where it shouldn't be.
I mean, look at the times, man. We're all running into people we don't want to be running into.
You're not wrong.
I want to go check on Hugsley.
Oh, yes.
Can I wake him up with some smells? Or at least situate him on the couch?
Go ahead. You absolutely can. Why don't we take 5? You go do that. You wake him up. We'll take 5.
All right.
Okay.
Hey! Freshen up your drinks, fans. Get some. Stick around. Back in 5 minutes.
All right. You bother the chat. Sorry. What were you about to say, Tyler?
Did we catch my Cthulhu on video? We gotta post that.
Oh, I don't think we did.
I think I did not get that.
Yeah. We talked about it last time, though. All right, Gaggle. We will see you in 5 minutes. We will be right back. We're gonna take a little break. We're gonna freshen up, and I'm gonna go powder my nose, and we'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty, we're back. Oh, and my windows resized themselves again. My word. Oh, but
Campbell cannot be contained.
You're not anymore. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. I fixed it. Don't touch anything.
Okay. I know what I want to do. I'm going to defer because Dan is going to have to leave again. But
okay,
I just want to quickly tell you what I want to do. so we can all just watch Dan be passed
Excellent.
out.
Okay.
Really
We'll
committed
wake-
to being
we'll
passed
wake
out.
Hugsley
That
up.
acting.
Really top notch.
The commitment is unparalleled. So
He
Dicky
broke.
learned to trust his instincts during the war, and he's just getting a funny feeling like he hasn't had
Right.
since France, and he's just like, something ain't right here. So I'm just like gonna watch him go and watch him drive off, and once they're like a little bit out of view, I start tearing across the lawn. I hop in my car. and I
Awesome.
tail.
Okay, we
Oh
will
my
defer that.
God!
Before we can come back to that, but does anyone want to go with him?
I would, if he gives me the eye, I wouldn't invite myself, but if Dickie's like, yo, I could use a hand, then I'll go with him, but...
Dickie?
I think
Me
Buddy's doing
I mean-
collateral here at
Okay.
the house, so I don't think he's. And he's 52.
Sure,
I think he's
yeah.
too old
If you
to
come
keep
out
up, you know.
after me,
Because I think I would at least follow if I saw you darting, and if you were like, yo, let's go, let's chase him. But I'm kind of a sit
Sure.
back and like, see what happens kind of guy. I'm not
Yeah.
really an
hop in. Yeah, as I see you standing in the doorway as I'm getting in, I'm like, hop in, knock.
All right. Truck over there.
Yes, we'll do that after.
All right,
Okay.
we'll do that after.
So Campbell administering some first aid to Sweetie administering some first aid to Hugsley. Well, you did so well last time. Why don't you roll another first aid check?
Oh boy. Oh, beginner's luck.
Okay.
I failed big time.
Kill.
Kill him dead.
He's allergic to hyacinth. No, I'm kidding.
Unbelievable.
Okay. All right. So the what you call it? The perfume doesn't do it. But if you, I think I'll say if you spend a few more minutes just like patting him on the shoulders and maybe like slap him once or twice, it's enough to, just like.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a slap.
Yes. So that I will say that is enough to wake up Professor Hugsley Lacquer.
I just had the craziest dream.
Really? Because you slept through 3 gunshots.
I dreamed that I put the Chianti in the refrigerator. Who does that?
Well,
Oh,
I guess you. Well, normally.
Oh, he had some time to think
Anyway,
of that one.
That's so good.
I'm so
Oh, Dan,
sweaty.
how long have you been doing that?
Oh Lord. Oh, that's good. That's good.
I just made it up while I was rubbing my eyes. Oh, so Ugly goes, why are you all so sweaty?
Some stuff has gone down. Are you okay? Did you clunk your head?
I don't. Last thing I remember was we got here. I was trying to psychoanalyze that brawny fella. What's his name? Benny. And then I heard Louise scream in the kitchen.
There was a man.
And then everything.
It turns out it's the old man who's been missing. He's been gone a couple days and some bad stuff happened to him. Apparently he got wrapped up in some bad stuff. Long story short, he's dead. And I think you slept.
That's not where I thought that long story was
He's
ending.
dead.
Well, who killed the fella?
Stanley,
the police.
Deputy Alexander.
Well, you see, I clocked them upside the head once or twice with my.
What
my
kind of
knuckles,
party
but
are y'all
The
throwing?
deputy came busting in the back door and shot him 3 times in the back. Yeah,
Oh shit!
and you slept through the whole thing.
All right. But y'all okay? Y'all all are okay?
We're all right. Eloise is all right.
All right. Well, hopefully I can be of some help. Hopefully this narcolepsy passes.
You could smack him upside the head with a book. Oh,
Hey, I can do a little more than that now.
I'm gonna look around and was it very noticeable when Dicky did he like tear out like foom foom like slam the door on his way out, or am I just looking up and noticing that the guy with the
Dicky
plastic
and Benny,
half
I
face
suppose
is
you
missing?
have the option of rolling stealth if you want to try to escape stealthily. Otherwise, I would say it makes some noise.
I think I would have done it stealthily. Yeah.
So yeah, you heard them go.
Where'd they get off to?
Arthur chimes in. Arthur Bircher. Eloise, meanwhile, is like in the kitchen. She's like anyone with any sort of medical or psychological knowledge would be able to tell that like she's clearly in shock. She's in the kitchen. She's just cleaning. She's like cleaning up glass, cleaning the coffee cups. She is at the sink washing the coffee cups that she was about to serve coffee in. But they're all spotless because there was no coffee in them at any point. She didn't get to that point. So Arthur, it just gives her a quick glance, just make sure that she's not about to hurt herself or anything. And I forget what the question was. What did you say a second ago?
I just asked what they went off to.
Well, it looked to me like they were gonna follow either Deputy Alexander or maybe Freddie Jensen. I couldn't tell you. They got into their car, and I wasn't really watching which direction they went. Come to think of it, I'm not really sure which direction either of those other cars went either.
Is there anything else you've noticed that's been strange, Arthur? I noticed something so strange this morning. You know what? Have you recently had the inclination to take up music?
No, I can't say that I have. That's why would you why do you ask?
I've just noticed some people have been taking up new, strange interests. I'm just checking to make sure it's not something going around.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll keep an eye out, I suppose. But wow, what was that? Keep an eye out, I suppose. But that wasn't even an accent. That was just me like having a little mini stroke. But I suppose I'll keep an eye out. But no, as for any other strangeness, I mean, look, it's not often people go missing, and I guess we have half a story as to what happened to Mr. McCurdy here, but we still don't quite know what happened to little Charlie Franz. He's still somewhere. But all I can say is that aside from people going missing, it's just maybe a sense of tension or distance among the people around here. It's not something I'm used to, and I don't really know if those two things make sense together, but that's the best way I can think to describe it.
Well, do we have any idea where this...
Hugsley takes off his glasses and he starts cleaning them with his tie, and he goes, "You know what doesn't make sense together for me? What I don't understand is how in the course of, what has it been, 2 hours, got broken into or out of, and this house got broken into. And this isn't all within the same block.
Does seem like a little bit too much to be a coincidence, doesn't it? I'll agree with that.
And Hugsley turns to this beautiful young lady who could easily go from door to door and make a killing selling. And he turns her and he goes, "Excuse me, ma'am." And he does like a slight little bow and goes, "My name's Hugsley. Did you happen to see anything or hear anything about what that old gentleman was looking for? I mean,
I think he was looking for a woman. Eloise said that when he busted in, he called her by her mother's name. And that apparently in fact, there was a love interest thing going on. But that was years and years ago between him and Eloise's mother, Margaret. So I'm wondering if something happened to his mind that makes him think he's in another time."
And then as she says this, Hugsley starts staring off into the distance, thinking of past love of his own, and he comes back to himself, and he goes, so then that one gentleman ran out. Wait, Trevor and
they're gone. We're gonna handle the sort of
was
like.
that gonna come later?
We left. I just wanted to say that we left, but
yes.
Yeah, we'll do the action.
Yeah, they're gone
later. Is what I meant.
But you did leave. All right, so it seems like those other two fellas are off trying to solve something. What should and Hugsley turns to Buddy, and he's like, "What good can we be here? Y'all have any ideas?"
Well, there's a guy missing down from the lumber yard. Arthur, you know where he lives, right?
Yeah, Wayne. He's just down the road.
Y'all up for a little trip?
We probably should go check in on him, make sure he's all right. With warranting everything that you and we have been planning. It's probably important that we make sure that he's
yes,
sick.
Absolutely. I did tell you that we'd stop by after this. I didn't really anticipate the kind of evening we were going to have here, but I made a promise. And he then turns to Lucille, who's still there, and says, "Lucille, would you do me a favor? Would you keep an eye on Eloise tonight? Just stick around till I get back, will you?" And Lucille agrees. She says, "Yeah, of course, yes." Raymond's too busy playing music anyway. I'm sure.
Oh my lord. I feel some type of way about these two ladies being left alone in this house. What am I going to tell Howard? Am I just going to jump in the car with y'all and go on a road trip?
Well, I'd certainly hate for you to hang around this dark neighborhood all by yourself.
And I would hardly call it a road trip.
There ain't no time like the present.
We're just going down the road. We don't even have to get in the car.
We could walk.
All right. I just want to check on Eloise one more time. And I want to, if she hasn't got around to it yet, I just want to put the coffee on for her.
Sure.
Before I leave.
That's a good idea.
Let's say you go to do so. So, okay, you walk into the kitchen and you do you like approach her, ask her how she's doing, anything like that?
Yeah, I'll come up behind her. And she's still at the sink washing dishes.
I mean, if you were to look closely, it would look like this is maybe like the fourth time she's cleaning those coffee mugs.
I'm gonna come up behind her. I'm gonna click clack my heels on the ground so she knows I'm coming. And I'm gonna just put a hand on her back, and I'll kind of lower the cup in her hand into the sink, and I'll say, "It looks great. It all looks great." And then I'm gonna feign kind of normalcy, and I'm gonna go start getting the coffee ready.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. You don't have to do that. No, go to the living room. Go make yourself comfortable. I'll put the coffee on it. And she goes over to she goes to like try to take the pot from your hands. And notices it's already full, because she started to put on coffee from before. Goes, "Oh, well, I suppose I must have forgotten. Would you like some? I'll grab one of these cups and."
I would love some. Would you like a cup?
Yes, I think that'd be.
Why don't we? And you know what? Don't even worry about anybody in the living room. So much has happened tonight. Everybody's just decided to call it in. So it's just you and me, and I just want to make sure you're settled before I take off. Is there anything you need?
No, of course not. Here, let me get you a cup. And she pours a cup of coffee for you and goes about like the motions of setting out like cream and sugar and everything. Then sort of hurriedly goes to get a mop to take care of Kenneth McCurdy's blood on the floor. Yeah, she goes and gets a mop and just almost as if she thinks there's a chance you might not notice, which obviously you would. She goes and she gets a mop and she puts in like the cleaning solution and starts filling it up with water and is sort of like hurriedly trying to, oh my goodness, you must forgive the mess. I'm so sorry. It's just...
What? You know what? That's men's work. You hand that right off, and I really would like to get her out of here. Is there any way to
some
get
sort of
her out of this kitchen? And
sure, any sort of interpersonal skill. You can roll for that. Persuade, fast talk, intimidation, if you'd like.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I think I'll persuade her with a 53 under
brilliant.
75.
Yes, you do so. And the two of you set down and you set to calming her down. We don't have a lot of time left for Dan, so I want to see how we can move that needle a little bit. So you guys are going to Wayne Heitman's house? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you do so. And getting to his house, you walk up. It's walking distance. You can drive if you'd like, but you don't have to. Knock on the door, and the lights are on inside, but there is no one comes to the door. There's no answer.
Wow. Sounds like me on a daily basis. Lights are on, but nobody's home. So hey! So we knock, and there's no answer?
Yeah, no one comes to the door, but you do see the lights are on. And if you'd like, you could roll listen for me. Hugsley, you can do that too if you'd like.
I will. God damn it.
Fail. Okay. How about you, buddy?
My listen is
I got a 60 over 45.
Oh boy.
So
No dice. All right.
As he's walking away, buddy's like, "Hey, where you going?"
Back. And he runs around to the back.
Run around to the back of the house. Okay, great. So are you like looking in a window or anything like that?
I go, keep it down. What you? Yeah, I'm running around and I'm like scoping out the place. And
you don't see anything like that. However,
anything that's happening
as you're going around,
it's
it's very clear to see. You look in the living room or the window to what is the living room, and you see a man. I don't know if you would know who this man is, but you see a man, and he is sitting at a table with a large piece of cardboard and like a bucket of grease paint. And he's just like scribbling something on this large.
All right, what ugly?
Go ahead. Sorry, yeah, no, he's doing it. He's just doing
You're
it.
passing the ball. Oh, I thought
He continues. Go ahead.
Okay, ball caught. What Hugsley does is he takes his pointer finger in his thumb and he grabs his other hand right here and applies some pressure. And he tries to stare at this guy's face as hard as possible because he when he was younger he used to have a photographic memory, and now it takes some like tricks for him to be able to like muster it back up. So he's applying some pressure to his hand.
Okay.
He's trying that sensation with the memory of this moment and that guy's face. Then when he feels like he then starts trying to get into what the guy is doing. And he's going to see if there's any clues around the house.
It's not difficult to see.
This guy could be doing
I don't need you to roll. It's not difficult. The drape, he's not like trying to hide this at all. He is just standing, or not standing. He's sitting at this table with like a bucket of grease paint, just like drawing something on this. I guess you know what, actually, yeah, go ahead and give me a spot hidden roll to see what it is that he's painting.
Okay, and just so you all know, I'm trying to change my luck today, so I'm rolling with my dice Tyler.
Yes, Tara. Thank you for that.
Secret Santa.
Oh, I see in the chat that Tara just got back, so she's just in time to see.
I'm gonna be using.
Tara is just in time to see you use that. Yes.
And I'm gonna be using die.
Come on, baby.
Nope.
Thanks for nothing.
Nothing can save Dan's rolls.
Okay.
It's real bad. I'm gonna push the roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the windowsill.
Okay.
And try to.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can. You try harder.
Just enough to see.
Oh no. Okay.
That's not good. That's
Yeah.
not
What'd you
good.
get? What'd you get?
It's gonna happen to him.
Okay. So you look in
I got a
and
91.
you see
The other roll is closer.
this grease paint. And as you're like really straining to look closely and get an idea of what's going on, you look around the room and you see there are tons of these of the same size, like pieces of cardboard, or roughly the same size. They look almost like they are shoddily put together picket signs. Just like a collection of signs, as if this person is like planning a protest. But you look closely and you see that all of them just have this incoherent scribbling on them. And you look closer. Some of them are just like malformed letters. Some of them say like it starts to say like solidarity, but then by the end of the word solidarity, the word just blends into just ink. You see like solidarity. And
No!
And some of them are not only incoherent, but genuinely disturbing. Go ahead and roll a sanity check.
No!
Oh, no.
Just roll a d100 and
how does
compare
this work
the
again?
result to
Can you
your
refresh
sanity
my
score.
Memory?
And roll really
Do your
fucking
best.
low, Dan.
This is gonna be the one time Dan rolls
no.
high.
Yeah, there it is.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, well done, well done.
20.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what I do. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the solidarity, and then I'm looking at more of them, and it gets stranger and stranger, and then starts getting creepier and creepier. And what I do is I pull my left earlobe and pull up another memory, and block out
Okay,
whatever
great.
the hell's written.
Okay,
This,
so that's what you get.
this weird
What would you
cardboard.
like to do next?
I'm gonna run around. I'm gonna run around to Buddy, and I'm gonna tell him what I saw, and forget about.
Excellent. Okay. It's
sanity
8:02.
just
Do you have to go?
dodged.
I want to be sensitive of your. Okay. All right, everybody. Give a
I did.
give a fantastic a gaggle farewell to Dan. Dan has to go and make magic, theater magic. So we'll be continuing without him, but he'll be joining us next time, I think, or maybe not. Well, Dan is a kind of a big deal, so we will do our best to get him. So
Hugsley passes out.
we will throw everything we got at you.
Okay? you had me at.
All right, Dan.
You had
Alright.
me at noodles.
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
All right. Bye, Goons. Wait. So the last thing Hugsley does is he runs to the front of the house and he grabs
what'd you
Buddy and he goes. Well, I don't know what that fella's doing in there, but let's just say it doesn't seem kosher. I'd be very careful before I go in there and snooping around. And you know what? And he starts like rubbing his hands on his pants, and he's getting anxious, and he's like, and it's filthy in there. There's ink. It's disgusting. And he's like, I can't be here. I don't know what you're gonna do, buddy, but I'm gonna go home, have me a drink, take me a shower, and I hope you have a better night.
And like walks off.
Amazing. All right, thank you, Dan. Thank you for an excellent night of role-playing goodness. Go do your thing. Go change the world.
Thanks for playing, Dan.
I love you.
Hi, buddy.
Okay.
So Hugsley does that, and Buddy is just like, what? All right. And he looks at Arthur and he goes, all right, I'm going to go around back, and I'm going to see if I can't figure out what the hell's going on with Wayne in there.
You do so, and you recognize right away that the man who is painting the grease paint is Wayne. By this point, he has stopped painting. He has picked up the sign that he was working on and is now marching around his living room.
So I think Buddy is gonna, he's gonna put a hand in his front pocket, and he's gonna slide on the knuckle dusters, and he's just gonna kind of like knock on the window and be like, "Hey, Wayne, you there?"
Okay. He doesn't notice. He doesn't move.
That's weird. So I knock again. I knock again
Harder?
real
Okay.
hard. Yeah.
Still nothing.
Nothing.
He is marching circles, and you can't. Maybe if you want to roll listen, you can. But it seems like he's saying something.
No, it's all right. So I call around to the front. I go, Arthur, come here. You gotta see this.
Arthur comes around, and
I just point, and I'm like, look at this shit. And we're looking at Wayne, and Wayne's like marching.
What in the?
I tried getting his attention twice, and he watch. I knock on it really hard.
Nothing. Arthur tries. Arthur knocks on the window. Wayne! Wayne! He says. Okay, and that time, Wayne, he sort of does a double take. He goes,
"Oh, sure, he answers for you, but not for me. All right."
Hey, shh, come in, come around the front.
Yeah, all right. So we head back around
Arthur
the front.
follows. And by the time you get there, Wayne he opens the door and is standing there. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thank goodness. All right, excellent. Well, gentlemen, I think and he's similar to Freddie Jensen, is not really making eye contact with either of you. But sorry, give me just a moment. Okay, so he sort of looks towards both of you, kind of making eye contact with the point. It is your center of your forehead, and says, "Gentlemen, I think the time for action has come. We must combine our strength against the oppression. We must unionize. We must form a brotherhood of mill workers and good, strong American men. I have signs. We must march. We must march on the."
Can Buddy take a peek at the signs?
Yeah, go. Okay, so do you go into the house?
I think he just kind of I don't think he goes into the house yet. I think he just kind of peers in and looks at the signs that he's been painting.
Yeah, we'll say.
Consider he's staring dead at my forehead and not.
We'll say you can sort of get a clear line of sight over to the living room. He. I won't make you roll on it because combined with what Hugsley told you before he dipped, you're able to see there are signs that have some sort of half-formed kind of protesty.
It's just garbled.
Yeah, protest adjacent terms on them. Some have just scribbles but then some are, well, I think I'll say that you don't see any of the ones from where you are that would prompt a sanity check unless you look closer.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So I think Buddy's gonna be like, hey, yeah, Wayne, we talked about maybe the end of next month. It's a little early, we still got a shipment to fill. They still need that lumber out east over in New York, and unless we do what we need to do. Have you feeling all right?
I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life, buddy. The time is now. We are the workers. We have the power. We must take control. We must march. We march on the mill.
Well, I'll tell you what. And he kind of turns at Arthur and gives him the look like, I think there's something wrong. Like he doesn't. Maybe he hasn't slept in a couple days or something, but he looks like he's droning on.
Yeah, no, he's definitely droning. He seems just, maybe it's that he hasn't slept, but something is obviously very, very off. He's not himself. And unlike, I will say, just kind of meta-wise, he does not have the same energy and passion that Raymond Lowry had. It's not like he just he doesn't have the same passion. He just is it's almost as if his it's almost as if he has well, actually, you know what? Roll a psychology check for me. Sometimes I have a hard time telling the difference between psychology and psychoanalysis.
Ooh. Oh, I'm so fucked. I gotta get under a 30.
Got this, Papa
right.
Ned.
Oh, before
Sure.
I roll, just a side note, because I saw you do it, and just
Oh,
all
yeah.
the goons
Explain.
in the chat know. When
Just
we
smack
do
the mics.
this means out of character, and we do that all the time in D&D. We do it in Call of Cthulhu, but it just makes all of us know that we're
And those of you listening to the podcast, it's basically the OK hand symbol with the ring, the ring of your thumb and your forefinger placed on your forehead. Anyway, yes, go ahead.
Great audio description. All right, here we go. Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Same shoes.
Same shoes.
No dice, no shoes, no problem.
Sorry, buddy.
No problem.
Nice,
I got my
no
old
problem.
shoes on.
That is a.
Oof.
That is a 85.
I mean, you just know that
30.
something's off. Something is very, very off with Wayne. Yeah, so I will say at this point
so I'm gonna.
He marches back into the living room and grabs an armful of these signs that he has crafted and tries to hand you one.
So I'll take one and I'll be like, this is Wayne. This is a great job. I like the initiative. Not gonna lie.
Thank you.
You're doing great work here.
I've been working very hard.
Let's
say he gives you. let's say he gives you the one that says "Solidare blah." Yeah, he gives you "Solidare blah."
Solidare.
He hands you a cat poster. It says "Hang in there."
Oh my god! Yeah, that. That's canon. No. He gives you the Solidare blah.
God. So I look at this cat poster that says "Hang in," and the cat is just this awfully painted cat. It's like a 3-year-old's cat, and it says "Hang in there." Lumber workers at the bottom, Wayne, this. this is incredible. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I think you're really
This'll
onto
show him.
something. But more importantly, and he just slowly he slowly puts the picket sign down. He's like, Wayne. And he kind of looks him dead in the eye. He goes, "When was the last time you slept, man?"
Go ahead and make some kind of interpersonal roll for me. Yep.
Yeah.
So that'd be either persuasion. What are the other ones? Persuasion, charm, fast talk. Yeah, fast talk.
Intimidate. Fast talk. Ah, shit. All right.
You have.
I don't know, guys. Intimidate.
You, I think, should have one of those.
I feel like this is a fast.
You should have one of those as a
right?
career
I'm not
skill.
trying to scare
But yeah,
him.
like fast talk might work. Yeah. Well, actually, if you were to roll a fast talk, if you were to try to use your fast talking skills to get Wayne to prompt a moment of lucidity, what would that look like?
Yeah. I'd be like, hey, Wayne, and I just I kind of take the gently take the sign out of his hand and put it down, and I put a hand on his shoulder, and I get real eye contact close, and I'm like, buddy, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since you slept. I can see you got bags under your eyes. You're droning on. Hell, Arthur over here is drooling because he can't understand a word that's coming out of your mouth. Listen, I think what you need to do, all right? I'll go make you a pot of tea. I know you got some tea in there. I know you love tea. I'll get you some tea. We'll take you into the other room. We'll lay you down. You can go to sleep. We'll lock up on the way out, and I'll tell the boys tonight. All right? We'll have them all ready to go tomorrow. We'll be ready,
roll that fast
set
talk
to
with
go
a bonus
first thing
die.
in the
So roll the tens die twice, and use the better.
Okay. Well, I don't need it. That is a
nice. Okay.
27 under 45.
All right. Sorry, give me a moment. Loading.
Take your loading.
He suddenly makes eye contact with you.
Loading.
Sleep?
Oh, no.
Buddy. I haven't slept since I saw the great mind. There's no time to sleep. We must come together. We must form a brotherhood. Are you with me? And he looks at you and he looks at Arthur. He says, you're either with me or you're against me.
Buddy is gonna put a hand, kind of a hand out, all right, Wayne. You just take a deep breath there, right? And his hand is just slowly, and I'll make either a sneak or a sleight of hand check, but it's slowly going to his 38 special.
Okay, so I won't ask you to make
the
one of
side
those
of his
rolls because the moment that you say this to him, or as soon as he's done speaking, his eyes glaze over again.
Yeah.
And he says, so, oh, I noticed you dropped your sign.
And I just kind of look at Arthur and I make the verbiage of what in the holy hell is going on? And I go, you're right, Wayne. I totally did. And I pick it in a American Psycho way. Is that a raincoat? Why, yes, it is. And I pick up the sign and just am like, hey. And I look at Arthur and I'm like, dude, we gotta go.
Okay.
He needs help. We gotta call and I just kind of you know what? Scratch that. I'm holding the sign. I'm like, yeah, you got a phone? I just want to call the neighbors next door and let them know, that you're okay, that everything's okay. We came down here. They had an awful scare earlier tonight. I just want to make sure that they're all right.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he wordlessly steps aside and lets you into the house.
Now, do I go into my death or do I stay outside? So I walk into the house and I pull Arthur with me. Like
he follows,
grab him and I'm like, come on, and like pull him in there, and then I just go, Arthur, you keep an eye on him real quick, okay?
Well, sure. Okay. I guess. Okay. He agrees, with a little bit of fear in his eyes.
Just make sure you don't, you don't try nothing. And if he does, I pull out the knuckles and I put him in the palm of his hand.
Wayne does not even notice. He goes back
take
and
care of yourself. Yeah. So I'm gonna walk into to use the phone if that's okay. And I'm gonna pick up the phone and I'm gonna dial the operator. I'm gonna go, operator. Can you get me
Bircher 4141?
Not Sweetie.
Oh wait, no, 4141 was the farm.
What's
Bircher,
the
2232. I'm just making that up.
Yes, Bircher 2232, please.
I'll connect you.
Thank you, doll.
And Sweetie, the phone rings at Eloise Bircher's house. Well, that's up to you.
I'm still in the kitchen with her, or we left. We're gone. We left out the kitchen. I'll say I'll pick up the phone. Bircher resident, Sweetie speaking.
Sweetie, it's Buddy Wilson down the way.
Oh, are you all right?
No, we're not. Wayne is out of his godforsaken mind. He's been painting on picket signs for the past 20 minutes.
I do not.
20 minutes, scratch that. It's probably been 4 days he's been writing it. He's been writing in this oily ink, and it's not even clear. Listen, we'll be back down there in about 15, 20 minutes, but
is he all right?
Same nonsense.
Is he violent?
No.
All right, well, be safe. Come on back. Everybody's gone every which way in town, and I'm getting worried.
Well, as soon as we're done here, me and Arthur will be right back over. You have our word.
All right.
Maybe give a call into the deputy and let him know that Wayne's not doing too good and he's at home.
Okay. Should I? Oh, gosh. All right.
I don't know. This whole thing smells fishy.
I want to dramatically hang up, but I don't want to hang up on you.
I'm going to dramatically hang up now. Thunk.
I'm hanging up now.
All right, then.
You hang it back on the ringer. It goes. The bell chimes. It goes cling.
It's to the side of it.
Ah.
They were you held like one piece. It was like the base and the earpiece. Yeah. So you held one thing to your ear and one thing up to your mouth. So and then like to hang up, you hung the earpiece.
Yeah.
No, they had
not in my
rotary phones
1927.
by 1927.
Did they?
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well,
it's Mayfield.
And as soon as that call ends,
okay,
Buddy picks the phone back up.
Okay.
And he rings the operator. Pinkerton headquarters, Ann Arbor, Maryland.
Patching you to Ann Arbor. I don't know if they would have said patching, but whatever. Ann Arbor, and then another operator picks up. Ann Arbor.
Pinkerton
number?
headquarters.
It's a 4-digit number, yeah.
3325.
Transferring you now. I don't know what they would have said. Pinkerton headquarters, yeah, whatever. 3 Ann Arbor, XYZ 2. And she patches you through. It's kind of late at night. It's a little earlier in Ann Arbor. It's like an hour or two before, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Not in my Ann Arbor.
I feel attacked.
Wow!
So yeah, a voice picks up and goes, Pinkerton.
Can you get me Tom Ford on the phone? This is Buddy Wilson out
Please hold. And yeah, he gets you Tom Ford. Ford.
Tom, it's Buddy. Listen, things are escalating over here, and well, I don't mean to be an asshole, but it looks like I might need 12 guys
Escalating.
by
Are they
Monday.
about to start setting some terms? Well,
Wayne, the guy who's been really gung-ho about the whole thing, he's we're at his house right now, and he kind of like looks over the side, like kind of making sure nobody's listening to him, and he's a bit batty. I don't know. He might try something on his own without me or Arthur, who's also in on it. So I just, I don't want us to go south and not have us prepared. So just
all right, well,
best make sure just in case.
Listen, you know what to do. If he starts marching, you just gotta get right up to the front there with him. All right, you get up right to the front of that picket line. You try to get him to negotiate early. If he does, give them some terms that are fine with the bosses over at the lumber mill. Make sure it's something that's not too hard for them to stomach, right? Or if things start getting violent, you got to get right up there in the front with them. Keep the peace. You gotta take charge of this thing. All right, if he tries something, you make him think you are right on his side. Call me tomorrow
Tom.
if you still got some. What do you mean, batty? Is it batty? Like, is he?
Just babbling on about nonsense, Tom. He's writing picket signs with words that aren't even
Do you
legible.
think he's sick or something?
I think he might be a couple chairs short of a parlor, if
Well,
you know what I'm saying.
Hey, all the more opportunity for you to take charge of the movement, right?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Absolutely.
You call me if
sir.
you need anything.
All right, Tom. Good night. He hangs up.
I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Trevor, I am gonna kill you so hard. No, I'm kidding.
What was he doing?
Okay. So yeah, you hang up the phone. And and yeah, making your way back, hanging up the phone, going back into the house. It's Arthur is standing at the doorway to the living room. Wayne he's got a sign and he's like sort of marching around in circles, and he's sort of looking kind of towards Wayne's like waist and saying, "Now look, when we march, the circle must be at least 15 feet wide. I think maybe more of an oval would be good. We march, and just like his babbling, yeah."
Yeah. Hey, Wayne. You keep on following those ideas of yours, and me and Arthur here, we're gonna go get some sleep. But we're gonna take one of these signs with us. All right. So we have them ready to go.
Yes, you take that. Do you want some paint? You can make more.
Arthur, why don't you grab a can of paint from our good pal here, Wayne? Huh?
We
I
need
kind of like slap him on the back.
all the men on our side. It's for their own good. And yeah, Arthur like cautiously walks up and grabs some of this grease paint and like backs away, not facing his back too. Wayne.
All right, Wayne. You have a good night now. And we just
Be
kind of
strong, men. Be strong.
back out the door and like slowly close the door. And then I just look at Arthur and I go, well, we're going to have to tell the boys that Wayne's finally lost it.
Arthur, what in the blue blazes is... Oh my, someone must have got to him. I don't know what it was. Somebody got someone to come in from somewhere. I don't know. Someone who's never worked a day in their life probably. And they're coming in here. They're trying to... Oh, Lord. What if one of us is next? What if one of us is next, buddy?
Hey, oh. Arthur. Snap at him.
God.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Now listen to me. All right? It's clear that Wayne can't handle the responsibility anymore. That's fine. You know, I've been thinking for a while now, maybe... Well, since Wayne is kind of off his rocker, how about I take over the meetings, yeah? We can keep him at my house.
I was so scared for
Keep
a
things
second
on
that you
schedule,
were going to
right?
volunteer me. Yes, you do that. You do that, buddy, please. Please do.
Of course. No problem, Arthur. Listen.
Yes.
We're in this
absolutely.
together, right? Alrighty. Now listen, let's get back and make sure Sweetie and
let's
the other one
can't
are
get out of
alright,
here fast
okay?
enough. So you guys make your way back. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
you still got those knuckle
I didn't
dusters?
even use these. You know what? I don't care. Here.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
And so we start walking back, and like as he's walking back, he's like looking at the picket sign, and he's like, can't even read the damn thing.
Perfect.
Just kind of
All right.
throws it in.
I wanna see what goes on with this car chase, but I kind of have to use the facilities. Do we want to take a little break?
Yes.
Quick break. Yeah, take a little fiver. Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Are you guys
quick
good?
fiver
Can we?
before we finish up?
Good to keep going.
Fiver.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
All
I'm
night.
yeah.
Night
Fine by
long.
me. All right. Excellent.
All night.
Let's
All night
take a break.
long.
Oh no. Oh,
Stay with us, Gaggle. We love you.
Sorry for that.
Hit it, Betty. Talk to.
All right, we're back. Oh, Campbell, you're swimming. You're swimming through the ocean with some tentacles. Hey, Gaggle, let's I'd like to take a moment to give a huge shout out to Campbell for designing those title screens for us. The opening and the like interstitial overlays. Also, Campbell, I don't know if you're muted, but I can't hear you right now. I can't hear you thanking the Gaggle for the. Yes, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, so big props to
you.
Campbell, who is that away from my face if I look at the stream. She's right over here. This beautiful lady right here made all of those.
Nope, I'm like trying to.
You know,
figure out
you're good. You're good. You're pointing in
how to
roughly
do
the right
this
direction.
right.
Yeah, Campbell over here. This way to Campbell. Just did. She did all of those amazing overlays. So let's give some hype in the chat to Campbell for all of that hard work.
Thank you.
Holy moly, gang. This has been one hell of a roller coaster already. I'm having so much fun. How are you guys holding up? How we doing?
I loved what there was
Holy
something that
hot
was
dog,
tickling
Batman.
me so much about the point into the middle distance. God, I just loved it.
Poor
I could
Wayne.
watch forever.
Poor Wayne. He's got some stuff going on. Well, I spilled a little bit of beer over the break, but luckily none of it got on the sensitive electronics, so we're good. Yeah.
All right.
I rolled really high on my deck save.
Ah,
Nerd! All right. Who said that? All right. Yeah. Okay. So before we jump into it, actually, I'd like to sort of get an idea, like everyone's mental state. Where are we at? What do we think is going on here? What's all this whack-a-doodle-doo happening in Mayfield here?
I don't know. I've never lived in a small town before. That's just how people are.
Well,
Yeah, not much is going on up here. So I'm just kind of trying to see what happens. I'm following this funny-looking guy with the mask. He seemed pretty quick earlier, so I'm just kind of following his lead and let's see what happens. See if my fists can kind of come in
absolutely.
handy.
All right, well let's pick it back up with Dicky and Benny Kaplan as they jump into Dicky's Model T. I assume that's the kind of car you have, because that's the kind of car everybody has.
Nah, I got the 1921 Dodge Roadster.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So
got that on the GI Bill.
Ford's on the
Are
Model
they actually?
A.
Wait, no. I thought the Model A came out in 1928. Am I wrong? Well, I'll tell you what though. I'll give you one thing though. I was wrong last time about the Model T having one-wheel drive. They actually did have two-wheel drive, and in fact, there were conversion kits widely available to make it four-wheel drive. So Model Ts were actually pretty good at like going off-road. I was watching some old footage maybe yesterday or today of like these farm cars going like over these crazy like snow banks and everything. They were pretty good. I mean, these cars were built to replace horse and carriages, and horses can ford a river. Yeah.
I've seen them.
So yeah, these cars were pretty good. They maxed out at about 40 miles an hour, and the throttle was right on the wheel. There were 3 pedals. There was a clutch, but the clutch, I forget why, but it didn't operate the same way as like a manual transmission car's clutch does. There was a brake, and I forget what the other pedal was, honestly. But then, yeah, the throttle was controlled with your right hand, I think. Yeah.
I'm pushing it to at least 41 in my road.
We're taking this baby all the way to the top. And we're redlining this. Redlining this son of a gun. All right, great. So, I have one question for you guys. Which car do you follow? You get in your car. They do.
Do they go different? Do they go different directions?
Do you follow Deputy Alexander in his? He has a Model T. His police is like, police. What's the word I'm looking for? Police liveried, perhaps. Car, that's it. Yes, thank you, Campbell. I forgot the word for car. Yes. Do you follow Deputy Alexander, or do you follow Freddie Jensen?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the body.
He's got a pickup truck. Yeah, it's in his pickup
car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, following Jensen.
All right, I'll follow the pickup.
Okay. At a distance. Excellent. Okay.
At a distance.
Okay, yeah. So you follow. You get in your car, and at a distance, maybe you turn the headlights off, and you follow, and the pickup truck pulls up to his farm, Jensen's farm. And Freddie Jensen gets out of the truck and does not move the body, but goes into the farmhouse.
Oh. All right. So we'll kind of slowly pull down the road a ways, like slowly pull over to the side of the road, switch the lights off. I've been turned the lights off for a little bit. I was kind of just following his tail lights. So pull over very very gently to the side of the road, maybe like 50 yards back from the house. Is it wide open farmland, or is there any trees or something else I could use to obstruct the car?
why don't you give me a luck roll, actually?
Okay. All right, I will. I think I will. Okay. Yes, that is a
Excellent. Okay, so you
46
find perhaps
51.
a copse of trees or a cart with some hay bales or something that you can neatly tuck the car behind.
Nice. All right. And I'll look over at I'll look over at Benny, and I'll say, "Oh, my name's Dicky, by the way."
I'll reach my hand out. Benny Kaplan, nice to meet you.
I don't know exactly what we're doing here, Benny, but we're doing something. Are you with me?
I'm with you. You seem to know what you're doing, so I'll follow your lead.
I'm glad it seems that way to you. Let's go. And so stealthily make our way.
Yeah, so that
up
is
to the
where you
farmhouse, I
saw
guess?
Freddy go into.
Try
Benny, are you going with him? Okay, stealth.
Oh yeah. I got my
stealth
boy
rolls
Dickie's
from
back.
both of you, please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
All right, roll.
Now, I will take this opportunity to remind you that at any point, if you would like to try to roll on a different skill, if you can justify it, I will hear you out.
That's not gonna. Oh, that's bad. I got an 82 over 50. I'm gonna.
So
push it.
perhaps you. Let's say you. Well, actually, you tell me. How do you push it? I'm curious. I've got an idea, but I want to hear what you think.
Sure. Well, I don't know. We're like sneaking across the yard. It may be like a, it's a farm, right? So they probably have a dog or something, and maybe a dog starts barking. But then I dive into a bale of hay,
nice.
like in Assassin's Creed.
All right, so there's some indication that maybe something would notice that you're not too far away, but yeah, you go ahead and you hide yourself more. Give me that push roll.
Can I
absolutely,
do the
yes.
same thing at the same exact time?
I'll have what he's having.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
I rolled a 70 on a 30, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
The next one is much improved. It's
Whoa!
a 4 under 50.
Whoa, that is a extreme
So
So that's
success.
much improved.
Wow!
I got a 23 under 30.
Wow!
So I just
Okay,
made it.
yeah. Between
Follow
one
my boy
success
Dicky.
and an extreme success, you guys you can get right up to the house if you'd like to. So yeah, how far do you take that very successful stealth?
Right up to the window, and I want to try and peer inside and get a glimpse of what's going on in
you
there.
do so.
Mm-hmm.
And loading.
And in fact, with my extreme success, if there's no one that I see immediately through the window, I go right into the house.
Okay.
Stealthily.
I would give you
extreme
that,
success.
but I don't think you are going to need it because you come up to the house and you're looking in, maybe just like the window, just off the front door that Freddy walked into. And you see Freddy go into the house, drops his keys on a hutch, maybe just inside the door, and walks in and into a living room, a room off the main hallway. And I'll let you carry over that successful sneak, both of you, that stealth roll. If you were to move over to another window where you can see into the room that he is now entering, there are 3 men in there, and they're just sitting relaxing in a relaxed posture in the living room. Actually, give me either spot hidden or psychology as you look at these men sitting in the living room.
Ouch! Neither of those are good. Is there a max number of times you can push a roll, or is it just the consequences if that you fail this?
One is the number of times you can push a roll.
Way worse.
No. Per check.
Per session. Oh, I see. So you can do it as many times as you want. The consequence of it is that if you do get
if you fail the second time, you open yourself up to the possibility that maybe I will do something bad to you as the keeper. It just depends on how sadistic I'm feeling.
Sure. Okay.
Which is
very whoa.
Look at her.
Only sometimes.
Yes.
I will not do that.
I got a 62 under 65.
What was it, 62 under 65?
Ooh, thank God, because I...
Okay.
Yeah, so just barely.
Good catch, because I got an 87.
He's only got the one eye.
Over 25, so that's not
a so Benny, you looking at these men, you would think maybe they would be, I don't know, doing something, listening to the radio, maybe, but they're kind of just like sitting there, not really doing. They're not like playing cards. They're just staring off blankly.
Yeah, so noticing this, I kind of like look at Dickie and beg.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of odd they're not doing nothing.
No, until
they're not saying
until
anything.
that is, Freddy walks in. And Freddy, the moment he walks into the room, the other three men kind of slowly turn to look at him. And he gives them a little, like, he snaps and kind of gives them a beckoning, a quick, sharp, curt, beckoning gesture. And in unison, they stand up and follow him out of the room. Your stealth rolls were really good. So I will say that you are able to, like, get onto the other side of the porch banister or something as they walk out of the front door and they go to take the body out of the car.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just stay hidden and observe, I think, right?
They, again, wordlessly, just take the body out of the truck, and they bring it to, not the farmhouse, like the house where the farmer would live, but like the what's the word? The barn. They bring it to, like, the barn. So they enter the barn with the body. Yeah, I mean, again, that was a really good roll. So I'll just let you carry it over again. You can walk up to the barn. The thing about the barn, though, is that unlike the house, it doesn't have windows. It's just, big red wall. So if you're gonna try to either go inside or look inside or whatever, actually, okay, if you're gonna try to just look inside, I won't ask for a stealth roll, but if you are trying to go inside, I will.
Is there like a hayloft, open to the outside?
Sure,
Yeah,
that's pretty standard.
Level,
I would say
like they have
this barn has one.
I go to Benny and I say,
okay,
boost me up.
Give him a nod.
Yeah, so let like boost me up so I can climb up into the hayloft and look down on them, whatever they're doing in there.
So for you, Benny, I would say that's going to be either you can roll against your strength. I would accept throw, or whatever else you think is valid. And then for you, Dicky, I think something more dexterity based, either just your dexterity characteristic, or perhaps Or climb. Yeah, climb works.
Can I do climb?
Oh, baby. All right. So I had an extreme
Wow.
success.
Okay,
I rolled
awesome.
a 10 under 70.
Wow.
I
Oh
did
my
too. I got
god.
a 9 under 50.
The two of you.
So we just toss him up there.
Yeah, no, like
quietly
actually
lands
though,
like
the two
Spider-Man.
of you with
What a team.
for real,
Team
with
Dicky and Benny.
circus-like precision.
Team Denny.
Wow. With circus performer precision, you two are like just a couple of acrobats from Eastern Europe, just not even saying a word. This is totally like you two are just mind melding. Benny, or Dicky rather, you give Benny a look like, can you get me up there? And Benny just goes, like puts his hands out for you. And Dicky, you take a little run towards him, and Benny just like sends you straight up, and you're able to get a hand on the ledge of this barn loft, and you can pull yourself up into it. Well done, both of you. Holy crap.
Yeah, thank you. And then I army crawl, elbows out, army crawl across the loft, and if I can look down into the barn from above,
excellent.
Take a peek at what's going down.
Okay. That was a really freaking good roll. Okay, from both of you. I want to carry that over as much as you guys can have earned with that extreme success. 2 extreme successes. I mean, holy crap. Truly though,
Guys are slaying it.
Better move the ritual
said,
site.
hashtag
oh my god.
dicks for
Yeah. Okay. So you army crawl your way to the edge of this loft, and because you guys are just so precise with this, you get to the ledge before these men with this body have passed said ledge. But they continue to walk with it, and they open up a stall. What looks like a stall, perhaps for a horse, or probably for a horse. And just without a word, dump the body down there and start making their way back to the house. Yep.
They're just throwing it in the stall? Damn. Now I'm stuck in this
Well, they are making their way back to the house. In fact, Benny, give me a listen roll.
Okay. Do I have to get out? Do I have to hide too if they're coming back out? Because I'm still outside.
Yeah. So
by where I
give me that
boosted.
listen roll. Let's
the
start there.
For, I think.
Okay, that's what the listen's for.
Roll a
Oh boy, what do I gotta do?
Roll a d100 against roll a d100 against your listen.
What do you want from me?
Unless you would like to roll against something else, and I will hear you out. I can't promise I will agree.
I would love to roll against something else.
Okay.
How about a
Too bad.
I would take stealth. Stealth I would accept.
Stealth. Okay. Or how about
let's stick with
dodge?
stealth. Stealth is good.
Are you sure I can't convince you to make it a dodge?
Okay.
Oh, I don't need to. That is a
hard or extreme?
The good success. It's more under half. It's a 12.
So hard. Good. Okay.
30.
Yeah. So
15's the half.
You do hear them. You hear the body hit the dirt. And then you hear footsteps coming back towards you. So you very sneakily make your way to perhaps around the side, or if you want to go somewhere else, that's fine. Somewhere that you are hidden if they were to come back out of the barn. Okay.
Yeah, just
great.
loop around the side.
Yeah, they make their way out of the barn, and from where you are, Benny, I'll say that you can see them. They go back to the house, all 4 of them. Yeah, there you are, the 2 of you.
So So then, yeah, I'll make my way back over to where the hayloft is and
Sure.
see if Dickie needs a hand getting down.
Did they close the door of the barn?
Yes, but they didn't lock it
when they went back out.
It's not locked.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, I guess I'll climb back down out of the hayloft, and you can catch me like a princess, Benny.
Excellent. Okay, but you're both outside the barn now.
Yeah. We'll
Okay.
head back inside. I want to
Excellent,
check out the stall that they put the body in.
So you go
Yeah,
you go into the barn.
Too, yep.
Okay. Yeah. Stealthily. Yes, of course.
Stealthily.
Let's see. Sorry, give me just a moment. So many books. Okay. Yeah. Making your way into the barn. Dicky, it's very easy for you to see the stall where the body was left, so I imagine you two go there first. There's not much else in there. It's just an empty stall. It looks like where horses might be kept. And there's nothing in there except the newly dead body of Freddie Jensen. Give me one of the following. Spot hidden. Listen. Probably just one of those two, I would say. Yeah, spot hidden or listen.
I got a great success on spot hidden.
Great.
What was it again? Sorry, I was too busy
under
making fun
65.
of you. 31 to 65. Okay, good. So, yes, excellent. Well done. Okay.
That's good, because I got a 99.
You see,
Nice.
near the back of the barn, a door heavily covered in chains.
So I'll make my way over to
Fuck that.
Hey Dickie, check this out, and kind of gently brush off whatever, or
Sure.
reveal it, or just point to it.
What the hell is going on here? I mean, if it's true, that he was crazed and desperate because, I don't know, the mob was after him or whatever, his bookie, I don't know. But if any of that is true, why dump him in a barn? Why put him in a horse stall? And why is a farmer working, what is this, a citizen's arrest? Something's done that up here, Benny.
Tell you what, not much is adding up to me, but I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, so follow your lead on this one, buddy.
How serious are
Pretty
the
serious.
locks
I mean,
on this door?
It's like one big chain with one big padlock.
Let me ask, how long did we drive before we got here?
Yeah, you would get the sense that really, if not for the need to carry a body, it was definitely walking distance.
I see. So it was a quick drive over here. Something ain't right here, Benny, and look, I think maybe we ought to treat this as a reconnaissance mission. There's definitely something freaky going on here, and I think we need a little bit of backup. And I think we should go back to the house, see if we can, pick up the rest of our little makeshift crew here. And I want to stop back home, and I think I have a tool that'll help out with this job.
Do we hear anything at the door? Like, can I
you can give me a listen
put
roll,
my
sure.
my ear against it? Yeah, Dicky, you got better hearing than me?
I'll give it a try.
I've been punched in the head a few too many times. My hearing ain't too good.
I'll give it a try. Oh, yes. Yes, I got a 23 under 25.
With a regular
Nice.
success, no, you do not hear anything. It's, just silence beyond the door.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right on this one, Dicky. We better get the rest of the crew involved on this one. I don't like how this looks.
I don't either. Whole thing's giving me the willies, and I don't spook so easy any these days.
Yeah, I hear you. I would like to take a peek into that house before we get out of here, though. See if they're up to any other funny business.
All right, sure. So yeah, we'll sneak back out of the barn and make our way back to the car if we can get a view of.
Yeah. I'll say that you're
house
able
on
to
the
retrace your
way.
footsteps from before. You found a very good, clear path of a way to get to the house sneakily. So you do so, and you look into the same living room, and Freddie Jensen and those other three men are all just sitting in there. A couple of them are lounging on chairs. Freddie looks like he's sort of futzing with a radio, and another one is just he has a knife that he's just throwing into a door across the room, and he throws it and dunk, it chugs into it, and he goes and retrieves it and walks back and chunk, sends it again.
Well, you pored over tomes of arcane lore. I studied
like
the
that.
blade. All right. Let's get out of here, Benny. See if we can go round up a few more party members here, and then.
Do we know? So we know the one person who brought the body. Do we know the other two people?
So there are three others, and give me what's called a know roll. So you're gonna roll against your education. Yeah, you both can, actually.
Okay.
My education
Okay.
is very low.
38 under
Normal
50.
success. Dicky, how about you?
So you said normal success.
54 over 30. 54 over 30.
So, you recognize... Yeah, here, let's see. Let's try to get their names. I have them here. Okay. Benny, you recognize Freddie Jensen, who you know owns the farm. You know the kid with the knife. He's like a teenager. He's like late teens. His name is Roland Burford. Who you know to be kind of like he's a kid from the wrong side of the tracks. And you also recognize you recognize all of them. So you recognize Roland Burford. He's a teenager, kid from the wrong side of the tracks. You recognize Roddy Matthews, who's another kind of like. He honestly is in a situation not too dissimilar from your own. He's a big guy, strong, not too smart, picks up work where he can, but has a hard time holding a job down. And Stanley McGarvey, same story, but older than both you and Roddy. He's in his he's like in his late 40s. But yeah, similar. Tall, broad, tough guy. Takes on work where he can, but has a hard time holding a job down.
All right, so with that information, I'll kind of nod to Dicky and follow him back to the car.
Yeah, and we'll drive back to the house, I guess, and try and loop back with the rest of the crew.
Yeah, you do so. All right. So, I would like to close the evening with a flashback.
Uh-oh.
You
Uh-oh.
see the road leading into Mayfield. And a car going along that road. We then move away from that car. In the distance to the southwest, we see a set of buildings that we now recognize to be Jensen's farm. And then to the northwest, a house which we now know belongs to Arthur and Eloise Bircher. We see woods on either side of the road. And we go into those woods. Mist hovers low above a dense layer of fallen leaves, sprinkled with the last remaining patches of a lingering icy snow. And then a figure flashes across the scene. It's a man. He moves like a feral dog. He comes up to the road and he bolts across. As he does so, a light plays across his face. It shows him to be a man advanced in years. His face is wrinkled and weathered. The light grows more intense until we see that it's coming from a set of headlights, getting closer and closer and closer. The man continues across the road with a singular focus. The light suddenly moves away as the car swerves to avoid him, and in the background we hear the skidding of tires and a crash of metal against a tree. The man does not stop running until he comes upon the window of a humble house on the outskirts of the town of Mayfield. He looks in, and he sees a woman in the kitchen, just as she puts some mugs on a tray to serve coffee. She looks, to him, just like a woman he once knew, and a woman he remembers not too fondly. Anger wells up inside of him. He breathes harder and harder, until he throws himself through the glass upper portion of the door. The woman inside drops the tray and screams. And we'll see you, Gaggle, next week.
Oh, I can't wait to see where
Oh
this
my
goes.
God, we're all going to die.
That's awesome.
We got it.
Gaggle, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for sitting here with us the whole time. Pendergast, Lullabies Pies, Lioness Rampart, Tear 'em Up, A Mo in a Minute, Asgar, Trash Panda Coon, to all of our new followers, to all of the people that came as us for the first time. Thank you so much.
If this is the first you're hearing of Madness and Mercy, I highly recommend you go back and listen to episode 1. It's on our YouTube. It's also on our Patreon-only RSS feed, so if you are a member of our Patreon, you can go and download that and listen to it wherever you'd like. Tonight's episode is also going to be put on both of those platforms. It'll hit the patron-only RSS feed first. I hope to have that up as soon as possible, and then on a 1-week delay, you'll be able to watch this on YouTube. Yes.
And if you are looking for the Patreon link, if you are not a member,
oh, nice
boom,
work.
It is right there in the chat
Thank
right
you,
now.
Ned. Thank you for doing
There's
that.
the Patreon link. You can subscribe for $5, our minimum tier, and you get a whole bunch of things. You also get access to our Discord, where we are active every single day. And we are a lovely, lovely community.
Yes.
And we would
Thank
be
you all
more
so
than
much.
happy to
Thank you for
welcome
sticking around with
into
us.
that.
Please join us next week. I'm so excited to see where this goes, as I'm sure are all of my investigators. I really hope nobody dies. I can't make any promises. But I really do hope nobody dies. So check us out if you're listening to this. We are Critical Fayle DM on all the platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. That's Critical Fayle DM, FAYLEDM. Come check us out. Come join the Gaggle, and we'll see you here next week. And don't forget, on Sunday, right? Do we drop podcast episodes on Sunday? Is that right? Okay, yeah. On Sundays at noon.
We sure do.
On Sundays at noon Eastern Time, we drop new episodes of our podcast, The STRAHDCAST, where Trevor, our own Dickie Harrow, leads us on a harrowing adventure through Barovia. That just came to me. That just came to me. I am struck by inspiration.
Dickie Harrow, wing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make this shit up.
Yes.
This is on the spot. This is pure gold.
Inspiration.
We should also.
We absolutely should.
should
Yeah, we
pick
do other
Divinity back up at some point, too.
stuff on Twitch
Yes.
too,
I miss my noodle.
including being really bad at video games.
Well, stay tuned for that because your own Drogar your own Drogar Stone Breath has got an idea about that, and you'll be getting more information about that in the Patreon coming soon as to our
Amazing.
Divinity stream.
All right, goons.
Yeah.
Let's sign off to the gaggle.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, Gaggle.
We
You're all
Take
the
your
best.
night
Love
with
you.
advantage,
We'll see
everybody.
you
Thanks for being
next week.
here.